Oh, there we go. Okay. Whoa. Every time, man, the kick-starting of the streaming software, and then I don't know, something about this game. It doesn't appreciate me going live. Anyways, it has been a hot minute since I've been able to stream. If you caught the Halloween special, I left on such a high note, and then as I have said many times before, the end of the months are always rough, and October is the roughest out of the year for me. It is when with my actual job that I do, everything comes to a head. That's kind of the end of our year. Obviously, we don't follow necessarily the calendar year. We have various other things that play into what is the end of the year for us. And so I was so swamped. And what I want to open with entirely is exactly why I titled this stream what I did. Uh, because I've mentioned and I discuss and I talk about uh, some of the darker topics that people, myself included, will go through from time to time, and I wanted to talk about momentarily depression and the idea of where things can go when you aren't even aware of it. So, yesterday morning, I woke up, realized that I have finally left that end of the year issue behind me. I went out and I played with my dog, which I do regularly, but this weight on my shoulders was gone. I came in, I cooked a nice breakfast, I went back outside, did a little bit of proper exercise, came back, I sat down and I opened up a book. I opened up a book for the first time since I don't even know when, and it hit me while I'm sitting there reading, with my heater going, wrapped up in my blanket, with my dog at my feet, and I just have my little shoulder light on to read by. I just started crying. I don't even know when, prior to that, the last time I even held paper that wasn't tied to my job was. And it was like a wave of depression I didn't even know I was experiencing. I was so in a pit. And it was like all at once I felt the weight leave my shoulders. And I don't know, I know it's weird for me to open up with this, but it was an experience. I don't know, I just wanted to share when I opened up with this video. I don't want to say it's a bad thing because in that moment I felt so much relief and so much better than I did beforehand. But it's wild. I was in this pit and trudging water, and I didn't even realize it until I had come up for air. Seeing that you're streaming just immediately made. Well, thank you very much, Rigid. I here I am talking about like the depression I wasn't even like fully cognizant of, and feeling better myself, and it brightens my day even further hearing that. So thank you very much, Rigid. And with that said, welcome to the stream. And I don't want to say unfortunately. I almost tripped up over my words there, but the idea that me streaming is instantly making your day better, while it makes me feel good, it implies that your day was not going great beforehand. Is there anything you want to talk about with that, or is it just just general day dragging ass as it goes? With that said, I did just kind of unload a little bit extra life weight earlier, but it is what it is. Sometimes you just need to get those weights off. Anyways, I did some grinding in between sessions, and I want to show where I'm at now. Obviously, I'm a little higher prepared than where I was at the end of the last stream. We had just unlocked Higan. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right, and I only mildly care if I'm pronouncing it right or wrong. I will figure that out over time. But obviously, favorite character found so far, and I went through and made sure she is up to snuff to partake in the battles going forward.
Where to, dude?
Because you know I'm not going to just leave her on the bench now that I've got her. And we had just started the gambling session, and I'm not sure how I feel about that, because I know full well that I have people in my family with addictive personalities, and gambling is one that has unfortunately in recent years taken hold of a couple people, and so this is a tough topic for me. So that said, getting the opportunity to, I assume, raise hell and flip a couple tables in a gambling ring is going to be up my alley.
My million hell. Gone in an instant.
If we landed on red, we would have made 100 million.
God, hold on. What odds were you playing where you were going 100 to 1? That sounds like some really bad odds. First of all, if you're desperate, you shouldn't be gambling to begin with, because that is a bad place to be. For my opinion, you shouldn't be gambling at all, but, you know, people will do what they do. Why would you ever, in desperation, seek those odds? Like really, it seems like, you know, maybe go something that's a little closer to a, I don't know, 40-60 split. At least you've got something to work with there.
Damn it! I knew those two idiots would be hopeless. But how'd I lose mine too?
You imbeciles. The Shogunate runs this place. There are no rules here.
Hold on, if there are no rules, then that means muscle can be the defining factor. We just go in, drop bodies, and walk out with our cash, right?
Cheating, interference, anything goes. You'll never win if you forget that. When force fails, use psychological warfare.
No, I get that, but when psychological warfare fails, why not go back to force?
Egon, you're amazing as usual. You probably made a fortune by now. Could you, spot me a few chips?
Please tell me she did, and then she immediately spent it
I took
all
my
on...
chips and immediately
Yes!
Sweets.
I knew
I
it!
have a single one left.
I love it. She's the only one who made money, and she was like, no, fuck you, I'm getting mine.
Hello, my dear Prennies. Enjoying your first casino experience?
Which also...
Yep.
Hold on.
We sure are. We've already had so much fun.
Which also solidifies that she is, well within the capabilities above everyone else. I gotta tell you, I just started and I've already got a smile on my face. Give me more. Want more of these characters. My day has just been very boring. It doesn't help that until I get my next paycheck, I'm broke, so that I can't even buy a soda without getting in the way of bills and whatnot. Oh my god, I totally relate to that. I'm not sure if timelines are weird. My brain don't function too well on that. A while ago, I had mentioned that I had a friend who was in a rough spot in the real world. I say in the real world. We're all in the real world, but in my personal life. And I took it upon myself to try and help him out in the position he was in. And I ran myself so into the red. Now, to be fair, out of that, he was able to get a lot of his life gathered up, and since then, he has even found employment in a new location, so absolutely every penny I spent was worth it, in the sense that it helped at least cushion whatever blows he was taking, and find a way to tread water and get himself back up above. So, obviously, everything I spent was money well spent, in my opinion, on that. But when I look back at it and I'm looking at my bills, I'm like, son of a bitch. Oh, what did I do? So I absolutely get that, man, when you are riding that debt line pretty hard. Thankfully, also getting the food stamps on Tuesday, that'll help. Absolutely, you know, anytime any of that stuff comes in, it's at least a little bit of that when you feel the weight of the shackles coming in, literally anything that even just kind of jostles them a little bit can be a lot of help.
Excellent. Ah, that's right. Just a gentle reminder, really. Those chips I gave you earlier.
Ooh, they're gonna come with debt, aren't they? They're gonna come with some sort of interest rate.
I'm sure you'll pay me back in full when you leave. Yes.
That's how they get you.
But you said you were giving us a gift to commemorate our visit.
Fine print.
Bless your heart. Aren't you a little joker? I believe I said I'd provide you with chips. In the sense of a temporary loan, you see.
What? But the thing is...
Sounds like someone just came in. My dog is losing her mind in the other room. I imagine it's probably my aunt coming by. So please ignore any barking you hear for the moment. Hey Richard, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I hope you're doing well as well. Right now we're kind of riding through right now. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things with this game. Unfortunately, it's been a good bit since I've picked up this game or Armored Core, and so I'm a little out of practice in where I am in the story. So I'm trying to build myself back on it.
Oh? You won't return them because you lack the funds? If that was all right, we wouldn't need the law now, would we? Still, if paying me back is too much to ask, I have the perfect form of repayment.
I don't know like, it's obviously the cadence of this character, but I love the voice acting going on here. The southern accent coming in with this, but also so often when you hear that in use, it's commonly attributed to characters either portraying that in an outwardly outright evil, or in a in the Southern hospitality framework. Those are the two more common elements I run into the Southern accent in use. This is like Insidious. This is a character using that element as a way to gently slip that knife in and give it a twist. And I'm kind of digging that upsetting of my experience in hearing characters making use of that element. Anyways, yeah, Rigid, if you have oh man, what is that thing called? PayPal. If you have like a PayPal or anything, I wouldn't be against sending you a couple of bucks just to get you a soda or two, but you'd have to hit me up on Twitter with a link for that or something. Beyond that, it's look, around here we spread the help, and we make sure people are doing well. Obviously, it's not something I'm going to say, oh, hey, I'm going to open my wallet anytime anyone struggles, but I'm doing fairly well right now, and I am riding a high on life that, I want to share some of the good news with it. Yeah, I don't have a Cash App. The only digital wallet I have is PayPal, and even on that one, I use it, but I'm not a big fan of it, but, yeah, I've never signed up for Cash App. I have heard recently that apparently somehow Cash App as a system had been riding low under government surveillance on taxes. I don't know how they managed to do that. This is as I've heard it. I don't use Cash App, so I'm not in the know on it. But from what I've heard, people were able to, under certain numerical values, when using it, they were able to skate by under. And apparently that's part of what some of this shit going on right now is. As far as the new hirings of... Oh man, my brain is not functioning right now. The like, what is it? Like some 1,000+ new IRS agents... apparently part of one of the big things going in with their involvement is looking into things like people's wiring money in Cash App and things of that nature. Yeah, again, I apologize that it's not as easily doable as initially thought, but you know what, I might, I did have something coming up with this being the holiday season. I had something I wanted to get out to some of my more consistent subscribers and viewers. So I'm not sure if you were here last year for it. I think Richard was. I know Dem definitely was, and but last year when when it came to the holiday season, I went out and picked up a couple of Nintendo gift cards and sent those codes out. I'm looking at doing that again, so if you know anybody that's looking to ride that a little bit, you know, you could always send them in here and have them be a consistent chatter with us as well. But other than that, I'm just kind of setting that out there because it's something I'm already looking at doing, and I have a total dollar amount I'm willing to spend, as well as when I go out and do my yearly holiday charity stuff. So that's all stuff that I'm looking at in the back end, but that's probably things I shouldn't say too much about because I'm probably shoving my foot in my mouth and getting ready to chew it off later anyways. Anyways, let's get back to the game. Apparently my brain is just too scattered about and I'm focusing on things I shouldn't be right now.
Oh, it's quite simple. You'll have a duel to the death with the other guests facing the same predicament.
This is the unfortunate position I put myself in
That's
by
pretty
taking
damn
so
evil,
darn
dude.
long between sessions.
Was this your plan from the beginning?
I'll thank you not to make false accusations. If you'd simply return the chips, this wouldn't be happening.
Alright, now let's see here. I know I want to bring Higan into this. I really need to look into who's doing the voice acting for some of these
Sure about
characters,
this?
because a lot of them are very familiar voices.
Behold my coat of armchairs!
Do as your shogun says!
Alright, let's give her a good old throw-in,
Here it
because she's got a lot of range with her bow. Alright, off of that, C4 is able to get some distance with her gun. Obviously, I didn't heal up in between
Hey, Maker Dude!
sessions, but it's not the end of the world. Everyone's pretty well off. You know what? Let's go with this. What with the... Hold on. That means that they're not involved with the fight per se, right? With the yellow text? I am so wildly overleveled.
Too slow. I'm not dying yet.
Sorry. Sorry.
Something else that I have to look forward to this Tuesday is that apparently I won the giveaway that I entered. Holy sweet mother of God, hell yeah! Free PS5, ain't nobody gonna be mad about that. Well, I suppose if I'm looking at doing those gift cards, maybe I should get you. Hold on, this is getting a little loud here.
Go away.
I'll punch or take that.
Bad.
Eat this now! No! Eat this now!
Let's dance. Let's dance.
Go away. Be a good student.
All right. Anyways, yeah, I need to let me change that up here. I don't know about you guys, but that sounded like the is that sound effect or event? I think that might be event volume, so I'm gonna lower that just a little bit. leave that as is. Whatever it was, that battle sound was getting really loud on my end. I don't know if it was as loud for you guys, but I had to drop it just a little bit. Anyways, as I was saying, when I do the holiday cards, I might have to consider picking up a Sony one for you, which is going to hurt my soul because I have, I'm sure I've brought it up before, I personally have sworn off of Sony out of protest for some of their BS going on.
What's this?
But obviously I wouldn't be holding that against anyone getting a free option to begin with, and then of course I'm not going to deny people using what they've got. Certainly would be pointless to try and make an issue out of anything with that. There we go.
I lost focus. My pedals. Rookie mistake.
Yeah,
I'll
this.
shoot to
Why
your
is my
best.
audio so loud? Hold on, I'm just gonna take these headphones off. This is atrociously loud. Whatever happened during that whole audio issue, apparently my headphones just got like turned up to 11 or something. If the audio is like absurdly loud for you guys, let me know. I can turn it down. But yeah, as far as that goes, like I all I can do right now is just take the headphones off for me, because man, it's like almost making my ears bleed. Oh, the censorship BS with Sony. Yeah, no, absolutely. Free stuff is still nice. It's a great console to have. As far as the features and power and look, the PS5 is a good console. That's not my issue. Again, I'm also not going to say there's any issue to be had with many of the people producing games for the PS5. My issue is more with Sony themselves on various fronts, and on that, it's all personal. It's the kind of thing where I'll bring it up, I'll talk about it, and I'll say why I make certain decisions, but at no point am I thinking that other people need to do the same. First of all, a free PS5, you're gonna use what you get, and you know damn well that's a powerful, great system.
Likes a shogunate run. They just keep coming no matter how many we beat.
My point being, at the end of the day, very happy for you. Absolutely love seeing people get some good luck going their way. Beyond that, it's just me sharing stories that we all apparently already know anyways.
These pipsqueaks are a pain. Can't I just kill them already?
Yes, thank you.
No, don't, Egon! Some of them are only a pet. They haven't done anything wrong.
No. Hold on.
Sorry, you guys. Problem solved.
We'll see where this goes, but no. Hold on. I get it. I get her argument. They're in debt and they're doing this as a way to pay it off. I get that. I get your stance there. I disagree. You could easily just say, no, I'm not going to do that one. I'll find a different way to continue paying off my debt. You still made the active choice to participate alongside this.
I've doubled the 1 million hell to 2 million.
Not bad, C4. On top of paying off our debt, we could make 100 times more than what we need.
Oh, that's a problem.
Oh, hundreds, you say? Y'all make it sound so easy. If you really think you can, then come on. Show me what you've got.
How about we make a bet? You and me.
Uh-oh. Hold on.
Pardon? The two of us? Mind your manners, Prinny. Do you know who you're picking a fight with?
Are we still in our Prinny costumes? I forgot that was a thing. Oh shit, hold on. If we're in our Prinny costumes, at some point that needs to be an unlock in this game. Like at the assembly options. Let me change my character's appearance to be a Prinny without having to be a Prinny class unit.
Absolutely! That's why I'm doing it. The gambling magistrate herself won't back down against the Prinny, will she?
sure are a saucy one. Fine, I'll take your bet. Once I win the skin off your back, I'll make a rug out of it.
Yo, but a Prinny rug would be... I mean, obviously we're not Prinnies, so that would get kind of sketchy real fast. But we saw in the Mega Man Battle Network that somebody had done a Pikachu rug, and not gonna lie, although it's a little morbid, the thought of someone skinning what was essentially a giant Pikachu, you know, comparing the scale, obviously it looked good. I was looking at a fall overthrow that I could wear out in the yard when I'm just out there walking around or doing whatever with my dog, and it was an Arcanine design. Obviously, I'm not gonna, you know, be like, oh, hey, you know, it's basically a skinned Arcanine look. No, it just looks good. Same thing with that Pikachu rug. It looks good. I get it. I kind of like the idea of a Prinny rug, though. You know, it's... Again, it's basically Penguin, but not Penguin. A little bit of demon touches here and there.
You might regret it.
Alright, so let's see. What are going to be the terms of this? I'd imagine this is a gamble based on battling. And if it is, I hope they're going to really strongly drive home the idea that the fight's supposed to be fixed. In some past entries, and we haven't run into it yet, and I haven't run into it even in the item world, there are panels that characters can sit on that quite literally will grant complete immunity to damage of magic or physical. Basically, they can't be touched while on those panels. And I hope to see something like that in such a gamble scenario, where it's like, it's so fixed. The idea being is that they're supposed to be untouchable while on those panels, no matter how strong you are in comparison. Obviously, the ways around those are to break the panels, granting that power, or to throw them off of the panels. But still, the idea of fixing the match in that way would be right up the avenue of a casino thing.
Read 'em and weep. A royal flush. I win again.
Oh wait, hold up, we're actually just
Why, you
actually gambling?
How could I, the gambling magistrate, lose to a Prinny?
That's kind of a
Give
good
up
question.
already? Maybe my returning memories are helping. No matter how good your poker face is, I can see through it.
That's one thing, but like, it's already been very much laid out before us that they cheat. We know they cheat. And the question is ever catching them or proving it. So, to beat them, the implication is, oh man, what is that anime? Is it No Game, No Life? Where the entire premise is basically saying, here are the rules. Alright, so how many ways can we bend the rules or completely fuck the rules and just not get caught fucking the rules? Because that's kind of like the way this was built up, like what I'd imagine we'd have to do to beat them. Like with my fighting example, if it was a level built around combat, it's like, well, I'm standing on this panel, which makes me completely immune to fuck all everything, and in fact it even gives me, I don't know, 10 times my level or something absurd like that. Like, those are the kinds of fuckeries I was expecting to see. I wonder if Prinnies have... Oh, that's a good question. I wonder if Prinnies have gunpowder coursing through their veins like blood. They are essentially plush toys with souls trapped in them. So do they even... No idea, but I know that Prinnies are implied to be able to feel pain, and as far as gunpowder, I wonder if... Okay, hear me out. Some animals will take dirt baths, and it's generally actually a thing they do for their health, to keep pests away. Excuse me. For their health, they keep pests away. It does create a layered coating for various other things. I wonder if Prinnies do that with gunpowder, and then what is coursing through their veins would be something more akin to like nitroglycerin. That way you have two very volatile elements, one more of a fluid and one more of a powder, and then something about the act of throwing them almost acts like a flint and steel element, creating a spark. Because I know the second you throw a Prinny, they detonate. So my thought here being, you have 2 powder types that could detonate based on differing, or two explosive elements that could detonate. One being dry, one being more wet-ish. Chuck that stuff, and that way you get, you're guaranteed your explosion under any circumstance. But the idea there being is, yes, Prinny's definitely big time blow up. They like the kaboom. It's one of the big reasons I can't throw my Prinny in my lineup around.
You're so nervous, you're trembling. You can't bluff me.
When the hell did C4 acknowledge she can see people's souls?
Shut it! I'm gonna win and win again. Come on, you're coughing at him.
Whoa, she sounds completely different. Well, that's intense.
C4 just casually came in here and was just like, oh, by the way, I have this very unique ability that in the lore element is uniquely powerful. Obviously, it's not like it doesn't do a whole lot for me in combat and gameplay wise, but like the lore buildup makes it something kind of unique.
This is the real me. I grew up poor and hungry on Sardine World, surviving on muddy water. I am never forgetting that.
Yo, hold up, Yayaka being actually relatable?
So there's no damn way I'm gonna lose that to a Prinny.
Started from the bottom, now we here?
Got him. You hear?
So you're from Sardine World too.
It's the final showdown. This is my specialty. Demon Shogi. Let's dance.
Demon Shogi?
Inomoto's traditional betting game. You make actual demons fight as your pieces, and whoever traps the king wins.
Yo, hold up, that's kind of really cool. I have no idea how that's gonna play out, like in the element of a storyboard. But like if that was actually the way this next board happens, it's gonna be kind of cool.
There's no limit on how many pieces you can use, so usually you win by hiring a horde of demons to slaughter your opponents.
Okay, like sure, but the idea, the premise is kind of fun.
Not just a battle. Whoever hires the strongest allies wins. Where's the strategy in that?
By first of all having the strongest allies?
Yeah, we're just a couple of Prinnies. They basically lost already. Ah, this is bad, dude! C4, what should we do?
How about fight and win?
Right. Thanks to these disguises, the gambling magistrate thinks we're Prinnies. That's why she's looking down on us.
I'm personally taking command. I'll use everyone that owes me a debt as pawns to crush y'all.
Well, there you go, and we just gotta, throw them out of the ring.
My friends,
One way or
my
the other.
feelings to become a magistrate. I'll show y'all just how tough I am.
So, you cut all your ties, and I betrayed Fuji and the others. Ooh, we're really not that different.
One of the only differences here, like, if you're being a little fluid with the interpretations, someone seemingly got a second chance to prove themselves, and the other one got a second chance in the form of power and authority over others. So it's really just a matter of two different cards dealt. One of them resulted in having people nearby, and the other one resulted in what would have been political power.
But that's all the more reason I won't lose to you. You abandoned Sardine World.
Started from the bottom, now our whole gang's here. I assume that is also a line from that song, but obviously I am far too white to understand the deeper complexities of that song. All right, please tell me it's something absurd. Like, okay, enemy boost plus 50%. No, hold on. No, hold up. Like, it should be red across the board. The enemies should be stronger no matter what, and that should just be the entirety of what they gave me to work with. Off of that, oh man, that turns all green red. That's not bad, and then I can come up here and break this, and then big combo run. But I don't really need that. Like, I am strong enough that it's... I actually think my better play
Show me what you've got.
is to just get characters by the printies and let the printies throw them.
So you wanna duel?
Alright, so let's get some of my stronger characters out onto the field.
I love that smell.
And then I'll have other characters throw them into better positions. Alright, we gotta get Buffy out here. The problem here is I have Theodore. Oh, wait, hold on, wait. They said there was no limit. I've just found the limit. Alright, whatever. Alright, we will monster toss you here.
Got this, dude.
And then we're going to actually see about doubling up. So if I monster toss Fuji onto you, there we go. And now Fuji is well within range to start tearing into people next round. But this does mean that I am limited. Oh, wait, hold on. But what if... Okay, if I throw someone here, will they throw forward?
Oh, dude.
Yes! Okay, so that puts her a little bit further up as well. Unfortunately, she's going to hold back, so... Wait, but she can throw somebody else herself.
Loading.
And obviously, I'm not worried about my printies. They can sit back behind their line and just kind of hold the fort.
Hey, dude. Die.
You can also control the units they give you, like game pieces in these Demon Shogi stages. I have no idea if we're going to get more of these, but the idea of this is interesting. Like, I like the layout, I like the concept.
Getting extermination.
What I think is even more, could be even more unique to it, would be if it really played to the element that they said that there's no limit. And obviously, me as a player has a limit, but like, let the enemy just way overwhelm me. It could make for an interesting challenge.
Are you ready? I'm sorry.
But yeah, getting to use the characters that they do give me, I don't see much value in them being combatants, but letting my higher combat rolls get better mobility, now we're talking something. So for example, if I take one of these printies, and I move them here, and then I take this one, throw C4 onto him, C4 still hasn't even moved herself. Alright, and now we take her, bring her up here. Actually, we're going to move her up a little bit more. And then again, monster toss C4. Get C4 to go around a little bit. And now C4 can literally get in here and just target their, essentially, king. They told me that this was the main objective to this. So, in theory, that should be giving me my win condition right there. Now, with that said, I kind of want to break some enemies. So... let's see what kind of fun I can have off of the back end of that. Oh man, she has gotten so many skills as a result of me just like going around and doing what I do with her. Alright, so I think that should be most of their forces wiped out except for like this gunman back here.
Nice.
You know, that didn't even cross my mind, but you're right. That's actually a really good use of them. Throwing the printies that they give you 4 extra damage on top of this. And they did basically give you like 4 grenades. 5 grenades. They gave you 5 grenades. But they've hold on.
I can't beat you damn Prinnies no matter how many times I try. Why?
All right. Anyways, they did in the last game, or not in the last game, the last stream. Man, what was I gonna say? My brain just skipped a beat. No, it was in the last stream. We unlocked the element of the online combative thing. Now, I don't know what the level layout is. I haven't looked at any of that yet. But I like that map, and I wonder if on a defensive standpoint of laying out... Because it sounded like you basically build a party, maybe pick a stage, and have other people challenge what you've built. I wonder if I can do that on that stage, because genuinely I love the idea of that layout, and it's simple enough, but also kind of strategic in its core concept, even though you can still absolutely be like, I overlevel you, let me just walk in and body you. Bruh, I just got a notification for your new video and went to it, Rigid. Ooh, hold up. You know what? We're gonna do this one while I'm live on stream. I'm gonna check out what you got here. I'm gonna hold the speaker up to the microphone, so we'll see what gets picked up on this one. Oh. I see enough to know that this is dangerous territory. Yo, okay, I don't know how much of that got picked up. I had to move it a little closer to the microphone, but oh boy! No, that's actually that's a pretty good one. Not gonna lie, that's a pretty good one. Alright, there we go. Let me get that going. Alright, get that back. Yeah, no, on the realm of the dark humor skits, that is one that is aiming at based on one's topical interpretation, at least not without relevance to modern scenarios at play. That's a little bit of a golf clap to that one.
It's because you're lonely. Pretty disguise can't deactivate.
Didn't hear it on stream, but I just saw it, so I know what it was. Yeah, all I did was go to the shorts that I have as far as what I'm subscribed to, and I saw the thumbnail, and that told me enough to be like, that's gonna be going places. I'll be honest though, I expected like a one-liner, but Rigid came in and actually had like a 1-2-3 combo in it.
You ain't no Prinny. You're...
Sorry for tricking you. I'm C4, the chivalric thief mouse girl, and one of Hinomoto's.
I didn't hear anything, probably for the best that your stream didn't pick up on that. As far as like general content goes, okay, how do I tackle this one? I know what YouTube allows to exist on their platform, and I know that they allow it to exist because many people have brought some of these channels, individual videos, and content to them as complaint topics, and YouTube either ignores it completely, or will actually issue statements in defense of, and some of the content out there is absolutely atrocious. I have seen videos that people bring up to YouTube that I have flagged in some instances. And you know I very much try to back the whole free speech thing, but the things I flag are not matters of speech, in my opinion. I have seen videos of people abusing animals, like outwardly intended abuse, not someone uneducated doing something that they might not be aware is right or wrong. No, I am talking about actual animal abuse. These videos exist, and even when flagged and called on, sometimes they maintain approval for, and I find that sickening and disheartening. There are other things that exist as well that are easily violations of YouTube's guidelines, and they don't do anything. And so when I see someone taking a dark humor jab, and it's actually in the element of tackling an issue with humor to try and help, in my opinion, mitigate the dark element of the real world, which is part of what comedy does. I genuinely think that there is a right place for that to exist on the platform, and if YouTube ever wants to say, hey, that's not allowed, it pisses me off, because I know what they do allow, and it is disgusting that they target people trying to do things in relative good faith. There's also a viral video of a guy spreading his ass cheeks in front of the camera. Again, it's YouTube as a platform aggravates the hell out of me in a number of ways. It's why I don't worry too much about throwing punches at YouTube, metaphorically speaking. When I can, where I can, when there are valid punches to be thrown. This is one of those instances. If YouTube has an issue with dark humor around those elements in your video, and since it didn't pick up, I'm just going to leave it as vague as possible and make people go find Rigid Rat's channel. You can find it. He's in the comments like right now. You can find his channel if you really want to watch it, and you can see that it's just a good humored video. A little bit of potty humor, but you know, it's down that element of using comedy to discuss dark topics, and frankly, you're already throwing punches at the right person anyways. So, that being the individual in question within the title of the game you're discussing. I'm aware that game exists, and for the record, not that game in particular, but there is a company, dev group, that is working on, supposedly, I think they had to relinquish their rights because they had finance issues come up and all that stuff, but they're working on a visual novel in a similar vein that is a hilarious, in my opinion, hilarious, I don't know, the game's not out yet, but parody of the events in a classic anime visual novel sense. And I am intrigued to play it. I have played other games by these people. One of the ones on our channel is Stay, Democratic People's Republic of Korea. And no joke, one of the funniest games that a group of guys get together and drink while playing. Highly recommend watching that playthrough if it's even still on YouTube, because it does get kind of sexual at times, and I know YouTube gets iffy about that, but as stated, you know, YouTube will let people spread their booty cheeks live on, or not live, but on camera, and they're going to be like, you know, we might have to think about whether or not this one violates our terms of service. There were dog-hating channels that uploaded videos of dogs getting unalived. Not them doing it themselves, but they were glorifying it. Again, that stuff, here's the thing. I agree with one's right to free speech. If someone hates dogs and they want to make videos laying out their reasons for not liking dogs, that's speech. That is your right to raise grievances that you have about something in the culture that you might disagree with. Most people love dogs. You hate dogs. You get to have your speech and explain why you don't like dogs, and we can basically say, you know what, fuck you, I like my dog. Videos of animal abuse acting on your dislike for the dog, for me, is where it crosses that line, and not okay. They also took down a bunch of videos reporting on EDP 445 a while back. God, is that the guy that was supposedly? Let me double check this here. I think we discussed this guy once before. Yeah, I think this is the guy that we had momentarily discussed briefly in a separate stream at one point. And I remember hearing that people just discussing the topic were getting flagged by YouTube. Again, I think the last part of your statement there, people say that YouTube is ran by hypocrites. I don't disagree. It would be one thing if things skated under the radar and they would tackle as they get to them, but the idea that they would flip a table so angrily against people who might do a subtle bad thing, for what I would say, let's say someone uploads a video of them neglecting their dog, and people say, hey, this is unintentional neglect, here's what you need to do to correct it, and then someone uploads a follow-up video, oh my god, guys, I didn't know what I was doing, thank you for informing me on this, and I have made the corrections, here's the corrections that I've done. That would be an instance of someone doing something wrong, unaware, and making the correction immediately. I think that shows that someone is trying to be in good faith and was just dumb. And it sucks. The real world is full of that. But that wouldn't be an instance that I think would be something that you would need to remove. But a video of someone pulling out their Glock 45 and blasting... No! That's bad! That's clearly bad faith, evil actions. Remove that. And when people call you out for it, it might have skipped by under the radar, but it's a clear and obvious example. You say, holy shit, we didn't know that happened. Thank you, everyone, for correcting us on this. Same thing with the neglect topic briefly moments ago. There's room to say things happened. Thank you for making us correct the mistake. But to say, no, there's no mistake, fuck you, and then how dare you call us out for our mistake, that's fucked up. Anyways, we have been down this topic long enough. I'm going to continue with the game. Long story short, YouTube is broken. Everyone knows YouTube is broken, and unfortunately, they have a stranglehold on the market in which they find themselves.
You're the one that gave Dan a beating on Sardine World.
Yeah, that's why I know how you feel. I used to be alone all the time too.
And I do not say that I am necessarily putting my thoughts into the most clear intent of laying out. I don't have the luxury of sitting back and thinking about things in long form. So a lot of this is spoken heavily off the cuff. But I think I've made fairly distinct points there as far as laying out the obvious issues, and if I didn't, I think the spirit of the statement alone stands, and everybody is aware that one way or the other, you can point to examples of the two-faced nature of YouTube and Google as a whole.
My friends
Google's
saved
whole.
me, and everyone on Sardine World supported me too. So many people helped me out.
Them warriors on Sardine World are all a bunch of spineless softies. That's why I cut ties with that dump.
You're lying. I can see your soul trembling. You still miss Sardine World, don't you?
She still has ties. She's still like, but the people where I grew up. I like that. Got a call from my mom. Got to head down to my aunt's house, so I'm going for now. If it's done by the time I get back, hope the rest of your stream goes well. Thank you very much, Richard. I doubt that I'll be quitting early right now. I really want to put some hours in today to get further in the story, and I also really need to bring back the proper feel for this for streaming again. Again, it's been too long, and I need to put myself back in that headspace. You did fine. Obviously, it's a very emotionally driven topic. Yes, it is, and it's one that people who make content, obviously Richard, Rigid, both of you guys do make your own layer of content on YouTube as well. I think it's one of those topics that people who make something on YouTube, be it viral, massive, small, and under the radar, it doesn't matter. You've put a part of your you know, at the end of the day, when you make content, it is, one way or the other, no matter how you look at it, a form of art. And art, when done so in that, is putting a piece of yourself out there. Obviously, people can interpret to what that means when you do things like that, but when you put a piece of yourself out there like that, on a platform that is known for being oppressive and over the top and unjust, it's something that is a known thing that cuts differently when you put yourself in that position than someone who is purely someone coming in and consuming the products being put up. It's one of those things where I don't think you realize how much of an issue it really is until you're also making content yourself. And that's not to say people can't, but it's a layer of intensity that only comes in place when you have what's the old saying? When you've got, what is it? When you've got some skin in the game. I think that's the old saying. It's something that really comes out more when you have some skin in the game. But yeah, I think that's the point to end off on.
You got it all wrong.
It's okay. I betrayed my friends, but they gave me another chance. I'm sure people back home would do the same for you.
Yo, that old fisherman dude, absolutely. I loved that guy.
Weapon, otaku! Stop making me out to be a saint.
You weren't a saint, but that old man, he legit.
Come on.
I like that man.
Where's a good friend? She's nice and dishonest.
Halt! How dare you infiltrate Lady Yayaka's casino, criminal scum!
On that note, hold on. I gotta say something. It's wild that this game, so I've mentioned before that like the story in this game is something that I absolutely like in comparison to the last entry I played. The idea that they can put a character in that was it's one story arc, one character from one story arc, and I can remember that character. I remember he was one of the male fighter units depicted as an old man, but he left an impact that I can look back and call back to that wasn't a primary character. It's one of the reasons that I think this game, storyboarding, character building, world building, is so much better than the last entry. And I just want to point to that these are parts of the reasoning that I'm holding this game as highly as I am, especially off of the position that we've talked about before with Rigid, more directly.
Hold up now, y'all. C4, I'll be darned, but it feels like you're looking right into my soul when you talk to me.
I mean, she kind of
You beat
already
me
said
fair and
that.
Square. You win this round. I'll back off, just this once.
Yay! We won!
Allies? The higher the number, the higher the probability for victory. I will acknowledge that. But in
Oh
terms of
shit,
sheer
he's back!
numbers, the Shogunate has far more retainers. And of course, my predictions miss nothing.
No, your prediction missed a lot last time, and I've only gotten
Magistrate,
stupidly stronger
what,
since
you gonna
then.
Use your powers for gambling? Oh, damn, I'm so jealous.
No, I'm just obeying my directive to capture all of you. The probability of you outwitting me and escaping, 0%. Hard work won't get you out of this mess.
Alright, now I'm pissed off. That was the opposite of diffusing the situation. I'm so mad I could blow up. We'll show you how strong we are. Gunpowder power. Ready? Snort! Fire!
You know, we've talked about it once, but, you know, I'm still on board with the whole gunpowder cocaine element of the character.
Probability of bomb at 3 o'clock, 94%. Probability of bomb hitting me, 96%. All fires extinguished, as predicted.
Gun coke, absolutely.
He managed to put out my sweet little bombs?
This torp reacts before our attacks are even visible to the naked eye. Is he predicting them?
Then do things he wouldn't predict.
Precisely. I told you, didn't I? Your probability of victory is 0%.
Lord Suisun contains countless infernal treasures. Why, he's practically a living infernal treasure himself. His foresight draws on this power, making him 1000% accurate. He's not just some fortune teller.
But he was wrong once before.
Please stop.
We've proven this.
His powers reveal all! Tomorrow's weather, today's fate, even the panties of a faraway lady.
Okay, hold up. Wait, hold. We're getting somewhere.
What? That's horrible. Is that, like, something I can learn?
I
Ieyasu
don't
proving
do that.
himself to be even
Are you
more,
asking for death,
at
Shogun
least
Ieyasu?
tangentially relatable.
But wasn't that your servant's fault?
There are so many souls floating around. I can't tell which one is Suisen's. I have no idea what he's thinking. They said he incorporated infernal treasures. Are the souls related to that?
Is this truly all you have in store? That's quite a letdown.
Gun
to be
coke
honest.
makes her horny. Have we seen evidence that, like, obviously she obsesses, and obviously there is, you know, some degree of the attraction in so much as her needing to feel it's necessary. Same thing with people addicted to coke outside of that. But have we seen evidence of it making her horny, or is that just projection? Because I might be projecting the same energy.
What? No, of course not. It's Demon Shogi time.
Demon Shogi. Winner takes all. The victor will receive everything the loser bets. Very well. Soldiers, prepare for battle. I'll use my powers to support you.
Leave it to us, my lord. With your powers, we'll be invincible. Let's annihilate these criminals!
How is the game? Welcome to the stream, Juiced. Honestly, the game is way better than who do we... Oh, we have other characters with us. That's cool. Honestly, this game is way better than I initially expected it to be. I actually just got done talking about that moments ago. That still, I'm surprised, coming off of Disgaea 6 and my incredible displeasure with that game. Genuinely, I've played a lot of Disgaea games. 6 felt to me like an insult to anybody who actually paid full price like I did. And was just the biggest slap in the face. It was atrocious by my thoughts and opinions on it. And 7 has been firing on all cylinders, and I am absolutely in love with it for that. All right, let's take a look here. Attack up 50% twice. Did both of those, do they stack? So is that attack plus 100? I suppose it doesn't really matter all that much anyways. I'm kind of running on a higher scale here. Alright, so what I'm going to try to do off of this is try to get a good monster toss going and get one of my big units down there to just lay hell. So if I get this going right, all right, and then I'm gonna start with someone down here. All right, let me see if I can get this going. Monster toss to you, which will go even farther. And I've not done one this many panels in. Yeah, they're. God damn it! How do I make you look the other way? Can I? Alright, now he is. Okay. So off of that, monster toss. There we go. So let me see if I can get 3 tiers in. I've only done 2 so far, and I don't know if they always throw to max distance or not. So what I'm going to try to do is get one character here. Oh, I can only bring 1 in. Damn. Okay. And change that up a little bit. Oh, and you already monster tossed. So if I monster toss off of you... Alright, obviously I didn't think this through as much as I wish I did. You don't always maximum throw, which kind of sucks. But... if I now monster toss Fuji to her... Wait. Yeah, that'll work well enough. To her, and then have her throw. That's a lot of distance traveled. And then we'll just pop a defense. And honestly, Fuji's sitting here with enough raw power. That should be more than good enough. Fun fact that...
Let's go. Worthless rabble.
You're right.
1 second, we're going to get through their turn, and then I'll read that rigid.
Here I go.
How could I?
I'll take your
All right.
cash and your life.
Fun fact, did you know that the word horny has its roots in ancient Greece? It was originally an exclusively masculine term. The name comes from the male genitalia resembling a unicorn horn when erect. A part of me is disappointed by now knowing that fact. However, I'm not too surprised. I also know that the Greek and many other older, what's the term I'm looking for? I guess I'll use societies for lack of coming up with the word I want to use. All have many different interpretations and words for the concept of love. And it goes into many different avenues that give differing roots to language going forward. I did like Disgaea 6 because my biggest problem with Disgaea is that I need to do a lot of grinding without feeling that I was getting stronger. I suppose that's an issue I never personally experienced with the game, but I come off of the back end of a lot of older JRPG games, and some of those older JRPGs can be so grind heavy, and I still look back on them fondly. I think that would curb that issue for me as a player in other Disgaea entries, so that might be why I avoided that issue. I do know that it was the one that brought us, like, the juice bar, for example, and the juice bar is very good at making use of the reincarnation system and then putting yourself back level-wise to where you were, and you can see the amount of power gained based on how you use certain abilities and all that stuff. You can see your results so much faster. It was mentioned before when we went a deeper dive into the likes and dislikes of what 7 is doing, the juice bar being one of the big pluses from the era of 6. I like the programming of the demon intelligence system to keep grinding to a minimum. That was actually one of the things I heavily disliked. But again, if someone's looking to min-max as quick as possible, that definitely makes that far more viable, a lot quicker and easier. Alright, let me do this again here. Monster toss to you. And now move forward. Get monster tossed here. And Fuji should have enough speed to just land right on her, and she can throw Fuji. You know what? That's good enough. And then we'll lay into a lot of enemies that way.
Nice!
But yeah, it's, again, I can see why people would like it and why it would be an enjoyable element. For me personally, it didn't offer up enough. But I'm more interested in the story being told and the characters at play, and 6 didn't deliver for those on me personally. However, mechanically, the game built upon what was already there, so I can kind of see, for people looking at it that way, that they could see a lot more benefit to the game. You know what, I'll just... alright, you know what, we've got, yep. There we go. The camera angle really threw off what I thought I was looking at there. Alright, so we definitely lost the queen, but it's not a big issue. I'm more looking at just muscling my way through, so I think Fuji can definitely handle this from here. Rigid. I didn't like how all the numbers were inflated in Disgaea 6. I'm glad they did away with that in 7. That's one of those things that I think is definitely... Hold on. Am I confused or am I... Yeah, I think I'm confused. Well, you know, we're just gonna hope that happens as I want it to. Alright, we got a bow character here, so I'm gonna make use of her. Kind of peck off this other guy that's hiding back. Ooh, wait. I could jumbify her and just see if she can just lay on some hurt. Anyways, that's one of those things that I think is going to be up to someone's interpretation on the UI. Part of the Disgaea experience for the longest time was big numbers, and I think they were trying to play off that. The idea that just the numbers being bigger meant it was better, right? For some people it was, and for others people it really didn't. I'm on the side of thinking that it was unnecessary. It wasn't a hard negative to me, but it was something I didn't necessarily like seeing because it seemed, again, unnecessary. Alright, this one single guy is just going to be an annoyance to go through. Not even because he's, like, overpowered or anything, it's just he's broken away so far, it's just going to take me forever to deal with him. Alright, let's monster toss our Night Girl up here. And just walk everyone forward. This guy is going to be dealt with one way or the other. But also, there is something satisfying about seeing absurdly large numbers as well. So again, I can get it. I understand it.
My apologies.
I won't lose.
Fair enough, I'm not that good with JRPGs. I tend to get overwhelmed with all the stat systems implemented. Again, JRPGs are a beast unto themselves, and I think a lot of people take, because JRPGs are such a system unto themselves, I think people take different things from them. Some people like the expanded story and would love to play through the game and just be like, hey, let me experience the story like a book or a movie. Other people love the unique mechanics that come into play. It's part of why many games now implement watered down JRPG mechanics into like other action games. So RPGs are something that I think someone can find something they like in everything. in regards to the genre, but for someone to say they like JRPGs as a genre is definitely a more specific individual. And I'll be honest, even as someone who likes RPGs and JRPGs, if things are implemented that do well in other systems, but aren't implemented as well within a new system, it's trash. Things have to be fine-tuned to really feel like they hit on all marks very well. And I think Disgaea 7, for its credit, brought in all of the good elements of 6, kept those going forward, and did away with a lot of the problematic elements. Even the automatic grinding, one of the things that bugged me about how it was done in 6 was legitimately I could load up a map, set it to autoplay, I could go to bed and wake up and it would still be grinding for me. And I felt like it was too easy to auto push my way through everything on that structure. This one lets you do that, but also puts a counter to how much it can do off of that system on its own before you as a player have to have your own session playing as well. So I think they implemented that and then also improved upon it. So for all of those elements, I genuinely think 7 is a great implement of the game. Again, like I said, it's firing on all cylinders. Good characters, good story, good character design, great voice acting. The character classes you get are almost all fan favorites, with some of the classic elements that you just can't do without. Some great additional side content. It's giving you everything you want from a new Disgaea game, and I think it's servicing its role fantastically for that. The individual being me, I'm kind of a JRPG nut. I am completely in agreement with that, Rigid, but the simple fact is I unfortunately can't play a lot of JRPGs on YouTube and make videos out of them because they are harder to get through. You can look at any major channel and see anytime they do a JRPG, they almost always die off a couple of episodes in. Character design is always top-notch with Disgaea. Yes, even with my complaints of 6 having poor characters, again, my personal opinion on it, I can't say that their design wasn't great. Disgaea design, character design, is always top-notch. I've gotta absolutely concede that point. The Nippon Ichi certainly knows how to get behind some good character visual.
Fine.
We can't predict this muscle woman's moves. We failed, Lord Suisen.
And I have a personal, ever-growing love for Higan. Her characterization is just many of the elements I love in character absurdities turned up to 11 and wrapped in a singular package, and I love it.
My soldiers failed to win, just as predicted.
Wait, what? You lost all your chips! Stop acting all tough, moron!
Think
He lost his...
evilly Shogun
Yeah, he
stupid?
lost his
Only his
chips.
lackeys bet their chips. He still has all of his.
But yeah, he wasn't even on the board, was he?
I used them
And
to
if he
build
was,
a
did I
combat
miss it?
weapon.
Did I kill him in a
They were
group of
nothing more
enemies and
than
just didn't even pay
sacrificial bonds.
attention?
Your moves, especially Higan's, had too many variables to predict. My soldiers made excellent cannon fodder.
That is evil, though.
Not your friends like that!
They weren't friends, but yeah.
Who think they are?
They are a shogunate resource, to be expended for the sake of our goals. Is this not an apt application of resources?
I get it. The character is like the no emotion robot approach to problems, but man, that's dark. Disgaea always has some bops in their soundtrack. That's another aspect I enjoy. Yeah, I'd have to go back and look at Disgaea 6's. Actually, I think I have the soundtrack. I bought. That is another reason that I was kind of so heavily shafted personally. Is I bought the big collector set that they did, and again, obviously, I didn't enjoy it that much, so I felt extra shafted as a longtime fan, feeling confident buying a big collector set, and then feeling like I got spat in the face. And now that I'm playing 7, I do wish I had gone back and bought the collector set, just because that's me using my dollar and saying, hey, this is what I like, this is what I want to see more of. And unfortunately, given that I did that with 6, that I said, I like Disgaea, I want more Disgaea, let me use my money and buy the bigger set just so that I can say, hey, I want more Disgaea. Obviously that worked and I got Disgaea 7 now, but 6 was so underwhelming. I unfortunately feel like I'm possibly sending the wrong message with my value support. With that said, I did end up buying the digital big set, so I definitely upped it regardless, but Map to the Future was my favorite song in Disgaea 6. Peerless Blade is my favorite song in 7. I would have to look at the complete OST, but even just sitting here as we're talking, like, there is nothing wrong with the soundtrack playing in the background. I don't think... The fact that I can't think back at 6 and say, like, oh, there were songs that just sucked, obviously implies that the soundtrack was, even at the worst interpretation, serviceable.
You can't use them like that. It's wrong. In fact, I'll blast through all your predictions with my gun.
Unfortunately for you, your probability of beating me is 0%. I've now eliminated all variables.
Are his allies the variables? My allies were the problem. That's why I threw them in there to just be bodied.
Pick his nose.
Oh, come on, man. That's not cool.
I have sufficient data now. Once I personally join the next round of Demon Shogi, the probability of victory is 100%.
Alright, let's put that to the
start
test.
The final battle. I, Suisen the Foreseeing Magistrate, will annihilate you all, as ordered.
So I've mentioned before, I like the idea of the Demon Shogi battle map concept. And the one thing that's throwing me off is I have yet to see variables come into play on the field that I expected to see, because it seems like they would want to make things so absurdly in their favor, and it's perfectly framed to do that. And I'm hoping Suisen does that here.
After I fall back, I will crush Perillica.
He's hitting me, no matter where I dodge.
He's strong. I can't see his soul. How are we supposed to fight against him?
Come on, buck up now!
Egon?
Egon, be the root!
Look, I've sworn my Zesho oaths, and no one's ever beaten me. But even I can't guarantee a win before it happens. So what if he claims he'll win? We just have to change the outcome. If you can't win now, grow stronger! That kid doesn't know how green he is. Believe in yourself, not him! That's how all victories start!
Egon coming in with strong Kamina energy. I fucking love this character.
You don't have to tell me. C4! Don't listen to that brat. Trust in our strength.
Would you recommend this game? Alright, before I say yes or no, I want to preface this with, so far I think I'm about halfway through the story. There is one thing I have heard danced around in some of the people I'm talking about with this game that are farther than I am. There's one thing I've heard as a complaint, and that is somewhere in, it's like chapter 10, 11, 12, somewhere in that range, there is a really high spike that some people are saying is kind of an unnecessary jump, where they kind of had to go back and do a little grinding in order to overcome. I don't know what justifies that jump in difficulty. I don't know how it plays out. So going off of the fact that I'm not there yet and I haven't experienced that, so far my experience with this game has been everything I want Disgaea to be as a game. I would highly recommend it from that standpoint. If you liked 6, I will say the elements of 6 that were good were brought forward, and the elements of 6 that could have used some refinement were also refined on top of it. So with that said, I'd recommend the game, but your mileage might vary. Some things are a little different from 6 to 7, but in my experiences, all those differences are positive advancements. I've played 5 as well. Okay, so 5 was what I said before would be my... If I were to say, hey, 6 just came out, do you want to play Disgaea? 5 was the one I held up as my flagship example of the best overall Disgaea experience so far. Other games had elements that did certain things better, from the music to the characters, to the certain systems at play. But as an overall total package, 5 was the one I held up as the best Disgaea at that point. Obviously, I do say, again, 6 brought things in that were also still good. But because 6 just came out, 5 was oftentimes available to people at a sale price. So that also played into why I said, try 5, you'll get the overall package that is kind of the best experience. If you like 5, you'll probably like 6, and then I explained my reasons that I didn't like 6. But also I talk about 3 and 4 quite highly as well. So again, off of those elements, I said 5 was really good. I would now change my flagship entry to 7. 5 is still good if you need something at a sale price and you just can't manage to get into Disgaea at the price point of 7. I would still say 5 is the one to go to for that. But 7 is my new flagship example of Disgaea as Disgaea should be experienced. From that, if you really like what you played, there are other ones to go back and check out, understanding that you are going back to older games with older game issues as you go further and further back into the catalog there. Disgaea 5 had fantastic music. I'm not even going to disagree with that rigid. But again, other games had some other fantastic tracks as well. I do often reference Disgaea 3 as my personal favorite for characters. And a lot of the jokes were absolutely running at full steam in Disgaea 3. Unfortunately, that one I think is still trapped on the PS3. It might be all the way back then. I think I heard something about it getting like a Vita port or something at somewhere, but that's hard to bring up because so few people even have a Vita. Or maybe it was a PSP. I'm not certain on that because I bought a PSP way after the fact just to play other games that existed. But I would definitely say this is a highlight of the franchise. Much like 5 did either really good or at least absolutely above the average on every element of what it brought to the table, I think 7 is doing that to just a little bit better degree.
Don't get me wrong. Friendships are for idiots. But doing your worst is my thing. And no one's gonna beat me on my own game!
By the way, Juiced, while you're in here, I do want to say I apologize in advance if the degree of the communicating with chat that I do is an issue. I have been told by other people that stop in that my doing the communication this way is sometimes a negative hindrance, so I want to apologize beforehand. But my approach to this channel is to try and be that friend on the couch while games are happening kind of approach to things. And a part of that element is trying to engage with chat as often as I can, because you don't sit on a couch with a friend and play games and not talk about what's going on.
alive somehow!
I'll be honest, Ieyasu, I'm not liking your odds. I, unfortunately had you fall behind, but I kind of need to put some effort in because he's growing on me as a character.
Why did I believe the enemy over my friends? Gunpowder's got nothing on the spice of their souls.
You won't give up? That's not logical. You do understand that there's no way you'll...
Oh, I referenced Kamina earlier. Tell me, please, game, give me an interpretation on one of his classic lines. Kick logic to the curb and do the impossible.
If I were alone, maybe I'd quit. But I'm not.
If it's not obvious, I'm a big fan of Gurren Lagann.
I can blow up your predictions for a better future. Our bonds of friendship will light the fuse.
Alright, you know what? It wasn't quite the way I wanted it worded, but the implication was still absolutely in line with the feeling of the line I was bringing up. Alright, the yellow field, there's nothing at play. Enemy boost, ally boost. Alright, so there's a lot of boosting going on, and again, that means nothing to me. Like genuinely. I'm still fairly well popped up over on the stat block, and the fact that I can sit in the yellow here and just kind of negate a lot of what's going on, you know, it unfortunately takes the strategy element out of it still. But you know what? I'm just raw muscling my way through.
It's me!
Yeah, we're not gonna bring. I literally just said I should use Ieyasu more and get him some experience, but I'm going to do that in the item world, where I can just power level a lot easier.
Hey,
I'm going to bring Theodore out here, though. Gotta bring the real main character. Alright, Buffy's pretty well strengthened up.
Coming.
I don't know if we're going to need a healer, but I'm going to bring one out just in case. And that should be enough characters on the field to deal with whatever they're going to throw my way.
Cash and your life.
Alright. Actually, that's going to be a pretty good use of that, but that leaves these two characters untouched. Whoops. So let's deal with them this way. Gonna give the old monster toss to cover the distance. And apparently I've got a skill use on that one. Throw Prilica. And I think everything she can hit is already getting hit anyways, so you know what, we're just going to end the turn on that and see what damage happens. See how much I break. Oh shoot! The character right in front of me also survived. I did not expect that. Not that it matters, the counterattack should cover that.
Bring them down.
Still, that attack is so simple looking, but something about it just tickles my brain. There's a lot of attack animations here that are actually really good looking. That being another one. That was actually pretty cool. It was like a tractor beam that blew up.
I'll take your cash and your life.
Alright. Actually, I think staying where I'm at will let me cover more ground with that attack. I think Lids here was untouched, however, might be taken down because of the added damage from the combo, but I just want to make sure. Execute that, and then we're going to throw Higan further in. Higan's going to go close the distance with the boss character. There we go. So the way I'm going to do this is I think it's best to stagger these characters. Throw them onto the other side of Higan. And Higan should now be able to cover that distance just fine. Alright, definitely a lot more power at play here. So we're gonna do the unrestrained, kind of unlock our power here. And next turn, we're gonna beat a child into the ground.
I'll give this my all. Always want more.
Nice!
All right, that might make things a little troublesome.
I got it! No change! Ow!
A big fancy attack, and I'm just like poke you with my spear to death. I was getting so ready to turn around and actually like end it with a skill of my own, and the game was just like, it's unnecessary. How about just a couple spear pokes?
Why? My predictions assured me that victory was imminent.
Your analysis didn't see how much stronger we got.
Your analysis didn't see that we have fighting spirit!
It can't be. Barely any time has passed since I
Flippin'
conducted
Sue
my
is in the
analysis.
bird off in the corner. My bird is the bird that will pierce the heavens!
Well, you better believe it. When you have friends you can trust, you're way stronger than you are alone. Our bonds create chemical reactions that can't be calculated. You just have minions. That's the difference between us.
Did C4 just say, essentially, my bonds with my friends give me a high and you can't calculate the power of my drug strength?
I see. So, friendship can spur growth that deviates from both common sense and calculations.
Kick logic to the curb. Do the impossible.
I still don't fully grasp it, but I believe I may be starting to understand. It's unquantifiable, so of course I lose.
I'm still here, by the way. I just decided to shut up for a bit. Tim's from... Tim's? I assume that's time for me to sit back and enjoy the show.
Ha! Alright! You admit you lost. Give us all your chips.
We're beating this kid up and taking his lunch money. Like, that's basically what's happening. I freaking love it.
Naturally, I'll hand over the chips. As for the prize you request,
According to Disgaea, friendship doesn't make sense. You know what, Juiced? If you try making friends as an adult, I think Disgaea is making a fair point here. Friendship doesn't make sense. Doesn't mean you stop it.
Stop playing dumb and hand it over. The grand prize of this casino is the demonic axe. Zenshi Kintoki, isn't it?
well, the thing is, I can incorporate infernal treasures into my body.
Right. You did mention that, but why are you bringing that up now?
Oh, he's already taken it.
Well, the axe has actually been part of my body for a
It
very
was
long
never
time.
here all
And
along.
my abilities are derived from it as well.
All right, Juiced, have a good one, man. Hopefully things go well for you.
Surprise! Ah, man! What an evil ripoff!
It isn't a total scam. The prize does exist. It just happens to be attached to me.
No, wait, hold on, wait, but our prize is another human being. I feel like this isn't the first time we've encountered this this moral dilemma.
Stop twisting things around. Fine, you can be our prize. As long as we get the axe, that's good enough.
What? Don't be ridiculous. I am a valuable shogunate asset.
And we've won the axe, which you can't relinquish.
To arms! To arms! Things are getting interesting. I could use a good rampage. Let's do a little slaughtering!
How can you slaughter a little? Fight and live another day, right?
No, Prilica, look, we are well within our range of difficulty here. I think we can have a little fun.
Why does this always happen? Suisen, protect me with your abilities!
What? But I'm your enemy.
No, we've already clarified. You're with us
You're
now.
with us now, sweet son. Don't be a sore loser. Come with us.
Look, even when you lost and were just like, yo, but friendship is dumb, what's going on? You were smiling. I saw the little frame of you smiling. It existed.
Pond they spoke of?
You don't have to foresee the future to know that you'll have way more fun with us.
Yes, that's quite clear to me.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
God, we haven't seen Peachon in a while, and unironically, Peachon early on was a lot of source of some good gags. So hopefully we're not done with Peachon.
Damn it. We worked so hard, but all we got for our troubles was this nerd.
And we still haven't solved our money troubles. How will we eat tomorrow?
Does our...
Don't worry about feeding me. All I require is oil.
Okay, but we still need to afford the oil. But the next question is, does Suisun come with any money? Also, we did win a lot of chips in various points. Does that translate to cash at all?
Well, oil's not free either. Plus, you should eat with us anyway.
Sit with the group and drink your oil.
There's still so many games I want to buy. What am I supposed to do?
God, why is Ieyasu so relatable? They delivered him to me as such an ass bag, and he just... God damn it. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I am the ass bag.
Yourself, Shogun stupid.
Wait, where's Higon anyway? What happened to her?
Wait. No. She's got to be here, right? She's not allowed to go somewhere.
Step right up, step right up. Odd, even, place your bets, dudes.
Even.
Too bad, dude. 4 and 1, odd.
Slam the table. Yeah, slam the table. Make the dice flip over.
Egon's fist struck the ground. The floor, the walls, and even the roof began to shake. The dice suddenly bounced.
God, yes.
Looks even to me. I'm Higon Shosai. I never lose.
God, I love that. What's that? Your rules say one thing? Break your rules. Fuck your rules.
That was...
Did it violate the rules? Where in the rule book does it say that?
One more time. It's even. Got it?
Yep, definitely even, dude. No doubt about it.
And so Higon continued her free-spirited streak at the casino, winning huge sums and solving everyone's money issues.
And once again, Higon best girl.
Young Perillica worked at the Rosen Queen Company, just letting her days pass by until one day her gambling skills manifested.
Hold on. The character art. That looks like it's reminiscing to something else that is like, I swear I've seen something like this before and I can't place it.
Deal me in. Hinamoto Otaku Gimbilica has arrived. Hello, you dirty, no good losers.
Damn, the jokes are practically writing themselves.
And who stood before her but Suisun, the combat Mahjong King?
Yu-Gi-Oh reference, exactly. I see that.
You're all sheep, livestock, lamb chops. Is this really me? I didn't know I had it in me to behave this way.
Don't take this stuff seriously. You'll just end up with a headache.
Suisun's up by 999,999,999,999 points. But Perillica commits, hoping for an upset. So this is why they call him the Mahjong King.
My Mahjong deck has no pathetic pieces.
You've activated my trap tile.
Yes, red eyes. This. Okay, you know what? I like that one.
Everything on the field was destroyed.
I thought you were just referencing the Kaiba look-alike, but no, absolutely, that is a perfect frame.
That's all for the tale of Gimbilica. Join us next week for the start of our new series,
Gimbilica GX.
Don't even start!
Alright, I was waiting to get to the end of that. I have to step away for a moment, so I'm going to save this and I'll be right back. Alright, I do apologize for that. As per usual, now I've got to move all my stuff back in place. Alright, that should be close enough. Alright, so we just finished up that chapter, and I think we're going to hop right into the next one. Get a couple of those runs in as well.
Miss Verillica! I have a once-in-a-lifetime favor to ask. Spot me some cash, please.
Hold on, once in a lifetime? I feel like we've done this already.
Didn't we just avoid bankruptcy? I want an explanation first.
Yeah, Yasu. Don't tell me you didn't learn your lesson last time. Did you waste all your money online again?
Okay, hold on. Ieyasu, explain to me the online thing here, because if we're hitting up like used game stores, I get it. But if we're online gambling after that last session, we've got some problems. Yes, Rigid, absolutely. Big fan of the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX opening. I understand it's very different in the Japanese version. Same thing with the Pokemon theme song. I don't care if it's different. There's a clear right answer to which one's the better one.
No.
Just like the One Piece rap.
Too much last time, but check out this site.
The infernal treasure once lovingly wielded by the Ieyasu, Tokugawa Tenge. It could be yours with a few small...
I was doing my daily search of God Yasu, Ieyasu God, usual, when I found out my Tokugawa Tenge is being sold online.
Alright, you know what? The ego rubbing, I support.
Surfing aside, they've marked up the price by more than 30 times what I sold it for.
Well, that's what happens. You sold it, they're gonna upsell it.
Is this the act of someone who sells rare items at ridiculous prices? A reseller, perhaps?
God, real world issues coming in hard.
And this store has an official seal of approval from the Shogunate. And it's sold out.
Which means if we want it, we need even more next time.
Use your all-seeing powers to find out where my demonic staff is.
That won't be required. This is undoubtedly the work of the Shogunate's resale magistrate.
Hold up. Are we about to be shown one of the most evil characters so far?
What the? The Shogunate's got their hand in that pie too? Oh, man. This government's rotten through and through.
Stop bringing the real world into my video game!
How can I let our citizens be exploited?
I call bullshit.
I believe him. Ieyasu's not part of the shogunate anymore. He's our good friend.
And if nothing else, he has certainly seemingly been on the receiving end of the ass-kicking resale market. So at the very least, I believe he's got something in on this issue. Although his reasoning in totality is absolute bullshit.
Huh? Thanks.
It's these awful resellers that deserve our true anger and hatred.
God, speak louder, Prilica.
Leave the explosives to me. You know what I'll do? Kablamo them! I've got another world annihilator ready.
Calm down, scamp. We're jumping the gun if the Shogunate's behind this. All we have to do is head over before they send off the demonic staff, kill all the resellers, then reclaim it.
You know what? I support both options. Do we have to pick? We can do both.
That's the master I know. I was thinking the exact same thing.
Both of you are being too violent. After all, a try for a pie makes the whole world kind, right?
I'm sorry, the fuck with that one? That one is all kinds of over the place. An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. Which is, you know, a classic old saying, but I like my interpretation better. If you poke my eye out and I remove your head, you don't get to poke my other eye out and I can still see.
Wrong. Now then, I shall prepare a route to the resale magistrate's base. Resale world.
Oh my god, please just be like the icon in the map is just a giant Walmart.
It's an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind.
Understood. The concept of friends is difficult to grasp.
God, Suisun absolutely hitting it all on point there.
Episode 6. Resale elimination.
The chapter of the story brought to you by Jake Paul. Scalpers rejoice. Jake Paul is your man. Pokemon card stock through the roof. The Item World Research Squad is ready. Alright. In this facility, you can dispatch research squads into... Oh, okay, I think I remember this being a thing in other games. Maybe not this specifically, but something like this. While it may not be as efficient as going yourself, the elite Prinnies will do their best. Please make use of it. Alright, got some new quests. I want to take a look at this, because if this is what I think it is, which is the last thing out here that we have to unlock, that is clearly stated.
Item World Research,
The Item World Research Squad is now ready. We'll perform Item World Research on any items you wish while you're traveling. Research Prinnies will... Okay, this is different than what I thought it was going to be. Give the Item World Research Squad an item, and they will dispatch a research squad to automatically explore the item world. Oh! But can I send in my party instead as well? Alright, so what I'm thinking here is... I send them into a low-level area and see what comes out of this. Hold on, I can do multiple. You know what, let's do that. Let's send them on several smaller ones. And then we'll go for something, not that. What do I have that's just very weak? I suppose that's not too high up. No, there we go. I think that's the one to go with for the third option. So, what I'll do is I'll see how this goes, and I'm not sure what to make of this yet.
Please come again.
We'll see where it goes from there, and I think that's a good way to start it off. Yes, accept all of these. Item world research is hella useful in this game. I'd make use of it if I were you. Well, I'm gonna do the 3 that I did first to experiment with it. I don't know what they mean by a pretty research squad because there was no decision making that I made, so I'm wondering if there's like arbitrary levels on the back end that I can slowly build up, or if it's something that I just go big and hard right at the beginning and just hope that they make it and kind of play it like a game of chance. So that's what I'm doing here is I'm starting slow and then I'm gonna ramp it up and see where the line is and what I'm getting the feel of how things play out. Alright, creatable Mycos, we'll conclude that. I'm surprised that I still don't have either of these met. Oh, there's another one. Alright, there we go.
Come again. Welcome
And then we'll also take the new ones as well.
We're here for you.
Alright. So I don't think there's anything else to fiddle with down over here. Should probably heal up. There we go.
Be upon you.
You have my deepest
Resellers are okay. I forgot to do this for any other chapter, and I just reminded myself now. When you talk to characters, you can get specific dialogue points for where you are in the story, and I should probably be doing that. Resellers are quite the problem. Even clothes designed by Miss Prilica are often targeted by resellers. Piriko? She designs clothes. I've never seen them before. Are they really that popular? A single t-shirt costs 10 million hell. After all, her designs are one of a kind, you know. Wait. I happen to need a new shirt. Ask Piriko to make me 100 of them, will ya?
Behold, my coat of armchairs!
Oh, man, Prilica is just like, the market is such shit when it does that, that even engaging in it, she's just like, God, I hate it. I've actually bought resale items by mistake before. I still have flashbacks to those moments sometimes. You can't help it if you got tricked. Just think of it as a lesson you paid for. My Demon Samurai Trilogy limited edition box set. I got the pre-order date wrong. It's popular enough to be resold? Everything gets resold. Everything. If a limited edition of anything exists, even if nobody wants it, scalpers will find a way to make their profit off of it. Alright, I want to speak with Higan and Ieyasu as well, because I think Ieyasu's going to have some fun dialogue to this.
No moping.
Resellers, huh? Looks like some strange people showed up while I was off in the mountains, away from civilization. I'm surprised a ravenous glutton like you managed to stay up there for so long. You probably ate the mountain bear, master. You rude little rat. When you get to my level, the locals worship you. They'd bring me all the food I wanted whenever I asked. Probably so you wouldn't eat their entire village. I don't think they were worshiping you. They were probably afraid of you. A terrifying, vengeful god walked among them. Alright, where's Ieyasu at? Where's my boy that I know had to deal with this before trying to buy limited edition games?
Praise me!
I had no idea the Shogunate had control over the resellers as well. They should ask me for permission first. You're one of the less bad ones in that whole rotten system. Maybe they thought you'd disapprove. Wait, did you compliment me just now? You complimented me! Yeah, sure did. If the magistrates are rotten oranges, you're just generally smashed up one. But neither of them are edible. Are you saying that you want me to stick you in my mouth? Gonna have to hard disapprove on that one, Ieyasu.
Where to, dude?
All right, let's get into this new story arc.
So this is resale world. How boring. Not a single dessert place in sight. I don't even see any residents.
Well, maybe they're reselling some special cakes or something. Anyways, I got some comments to catch up on. The item world research also levels up the item a little bit. The research usually lasts about 10 floors, with 1 floor per stage you beat. I wonder if that also carries over into the item world. So if I have them exploring item world levels while I also explore an item world, I wonder if you can kind of double up on it that way. But you also get a crap ton of items from it. All right, well that's gonna be useful. Again, my questioning in on this is a matter of how do I gauge what run will be successful and not. That's kind of where I'm looking at trying to feel it out. Because I feel like if I walked in there and I just threw them at a high level, like my first mission I sent them into was a high level rare item. I don't know if I feel like I'm guaranteed to get anything out of that, because it just seems like I'd be signing up for failure right out of the gate.
As soon as a reseller smells money, they'll spring up out of nowhere. As they say, growing is half the battle.
I don't even know what one that one's about.
I believe you mean knowing is half the battle.
All right,
You
fair
must
enough.
assume they are aware of their reputation and have decided to hide.
What's with you today, Peachon?
Don't want to stay behind on the nether ship like a good little prinny?
Oh, I bet he's been
I
jaded
intended,
before too.
But after seeing Miss Perilica's state, I feel compelled to...
Hey! A reseller's totally stocked with the life-size Mighty and Samurai figure that I wanted! How dare they!
Exactly. Non-fans buying shit just for a profit. Absolutely agree, Perilica.
Treasures like that should only be made available to those who want them, and for a reasonable price.
God, this entire chapter is speaking to me on a spiritual level. High levels rare items will still generally last 10 floors. You can only research each item once. Right, my question is there a fail rate? If I send a team of printies into, let's just say I managed to get my hands on a fist weapon in the game that is like 20 levels higher than even the most high-end thing I've gotten so far, I'm going to immediately want to increase that a little bit more. If I send these printies in to do it as well, and then I go into, let's say, the item world and push through a number of floors that are quicker for me to run through, when I come back to this, will the printies have registered as successfully making it through the item world? Or am I signing up for a fail rate and then I've wasted my time sending them into that item?
Absolutely! Those slime balls are taking advantage of us by profiting off our enthusiasm!
Each individual item, you can research multiple of the same item. They won't fail early from what I've seen. That's the big thing right there. Okay, so going off of that, once per item, I can do multiple of the same items, which will be very helpful when I'm buying items for general purpose. Also, if I just want to do it to cycle out eventually when I fall off the latter part of some of the bigger items. They don't fail early from what I've seen, which is very important to know, and understanding that they only kind of go through about 10 floors means that some bigger items are probably a waste to throw in there if you're also intending to use them after leveling them up as well. Because then you're probably going to want to go through manually and go farther than 10 floors in. But thank you for explaining that to me, Rigid, because that settles a lot of what I was not clear on with it.
Chance for me to smite them.
Do you understand my concern now?
I don't really get it, but even I can tell they've got something personal against resellers.
Everyone should.
Don't forget, we're here to retrieve my demonic staff.
Amongst other wrongs being righted.
Why is the Shogunate reselling stuff? That's dirty money.
Money is money. That's why they're doing
It's
it.
convenient and works to their advantage. Not only do they profit from reselling at higher prices, but they can impose huge taxes on businesses.
God.
That's why the Shogunate set up a resale establishment in this netherworld, under the watch of the resale magistrate.
Resale magistrate? The heck? It doesn't matter how many people they name as magistrate. I'll cut them all down!
The way I see this, okay, let me spell this out in a way that I'm interpreting into the real world. Imagine if the U.S. government had a shadow business under a false name with false ties to them that had an annual budget of, I don't know, it's the U.S. government, let's say $1 million. They use their inside information to get their foot in the door to take highly sought after items and buy them in the biggest bulk that they can. So let's say, for example, there's a new limited edition Nintendo Switch that comes out and everybody wants it. Everyone's hyped for it. Whatever the reason, it's the thing everybody in that group wants. In such a scenario, this shadow business would be essentially using your taxpayer money. So actually they spend nothing to get the item in bulk, and now nobody who wanted the item legitimately is able to get it. They buy the item in bulk with your money already, taxing that sale from the business, and then turning around and selling it to you, the consumer, at an inflated price that you will also, once again, be taxed on, just bloating and stripping resources even deeper. That is my interpretation of what they're doing here in this scenario. And yes, absolutely financial evilness.
I actually agree for once, Fuji. We must chop down all resellers for the sake of this world and the people in it.
Imagine the government finding a way to tax you multiple times over a single purchase. They would never.
I'll cut you down!
Show me what you've got!
Actually, was that attack going to be enough to kill it? I didn't pay attention, so I'll follow up with that just in case. No, I'll assume it's enough. He's definitely stronger. At least, you know, stat-wise.
Flourish. Loading.
Alright, there we go. That's the best movement I can get out of her.
I got this, dude!
Now let's bring Theodore in to give the old monster toss.
Fly, dude!
Right now I'm just trying to throw characters as far into the field as I can.
So you wanna duel?
I wonder if Prilica is viable to be thrown farther from here. Alright, yeah, we can definitely cross over this way. But I don't want to send her... I guess someone's got to clear it out there. But I want to get the maximum distance. So my plan is to move these characters kind of more into the middle field, so I need somebody to ride the right wall as well. So who's that going to be? We got a number of characters that are actually still capable. Plainier is on the list. We'll send Plainier out. Everything's going to be in a straight line for her anyways.
Onward. Oh. Huh?
Alright, there we go. And that is now an effective field.
Can you handle this? What a loser!
Not like this. You ready? Oh, that! Too weak. Allow me.
By the way, I unironically love the idea that she is deemed to be such a powerful warrior with a sword that she has a self-imposed rule about not wielding them anymore. Hegon, I mean. Alright, let's see. That'll get us to the... Yep. Alright, Prilica, same deal. Cross whatever distance you can and hope we can't make it. Alright, let's get Hegon further into the center of everything. Hegon's gonna go in and break all their toys. It's kind of the goal. Let's not send you out that way. And let's instead have Theodore also throw Kagome out there. And then put Buffy on top of Kagome to be thrown a little bit farther than she can run normally. And then throw Kagome as well. Let's get a couple more characters out into the field. Actually, hold on. No, she's already acted, right? Yeah, she's gonna gun a character down, so that's gonna be what it is. Back again. Welcome back, Richard. Welcome back to the stream. To catch you up, we wrapped up the chapter that we were on, and now we're dealing with scalpers. And I appreciate that the game is letting me take out my frustration against an entire industry that I don't like in a video games context. Scalpers suck. I think everyone can agree to that. Hay is for horses. Well, we're also fighting a cowgirl, and I think you can make the effective argument that hay is also for cowgirls. I meant hay is for cows, but you know what? It fits. Wasn't quite the way I intended for that statement to come out, but you know, things happen.
My clothes are falling.
Dual cast that cat wave.
Training.
She can't really make it over there, but we can kind of come up on her from the side and shoot her across the rice field. Go ahead and buff yourself as much as you want. It's not going to make much of a difference. Alright, here we go. This is gonna get us a little bit farther, though. There we go. And break Morgan's spirit.
My petals are falling.
You ready? How's that? Too weak. You ready?
There we go. Oh, and she crossed over, so now she is right here, ready for the beatdown. Actually, I think this will work out. Because we can use the kitty wave again and cover the field. Alright, first round done. I'm invested in this part of the story arc here.
They're packed with all sorts of things, from figurines to weapons. Hey, I had all my servants enter the lottery for this gaming console, and not one got it. But there are so many here.
Probability of Ieyasu secretly swiping one of those gaming consoles, 84%.
And I don't blame him one bit.
I would never.
Oh, I spy a stack of tasty-looking sweets.
I mentioned it. Limited edition food items also exist, and you can even sell those. Proof positive, there is still a market for old, outdated, inedible cereal just because it's unopened and exists. One of my favorite examples of this is I still have a box from the old Pokemon marshmallow ones. You could get them in a double-sized box, and so you got 2 bags of cereal in the one box, and the box was the perfect size for me to put a lot of my little Pokemon collectibles I had growing up. So I still have a box of those, and I see on rare occasion boxes of that cereal go for sale unopened, and god damn it, people, if you buy that, don't eat that cereal, please. Like, I get it. I get the idea of having a box of cereal unopened on display. I've got the same thing for some Bootios for very clear and obvious reasons. When your cereal is so good, it's bootylicious. You know, you've got to show your representation for your people there, right? But Bootios. But anyways, my point stands. There's a market for food stuff too.
According to the map at the entrance.
Nay, it isn't in this context.
Let's look for Ieyasu's demonic staff.
Every item in this warehouse represents a broken dream of someone who couldn't purchase them.
God, why is this game cutting me so deep right now? Stop making me feel things that I shouldn't be feeling.
Fuji, can't we find a way to get these goods into circulation at a reasonable price?
Oh, okay, but Fuji's an asshole in his own right, and he's gonna be like, yeah, we can get it into circulation. We're just gonna do the same thing they're doing.
What?
Everything here was made to be loved by someone. It's sad to see these poor innocent goods being misused like this.
Okay, I've got something to say on that line that was delivered right here. This Halloween, I went out and I purchased several of those Halloween Pokemon card packages that are out there. You've probably seen them here and there. They're available for somewhere in the ballpark of $20. You get a pack, you get a box that has 50 packs of cards in it. Each card is a special edition for the holidays, a printing of a card that's already in circulation, but you get like the little Halloween event, and only, I think, something like 25 to 30 cards, something like that, existed in the set. And I had people saying, why am I handing this out to kids for Halloween? Obviously, some kids out there are not going to be quote-unquote respectful of the cards. They're going to take this pack of 3 cards, shove it in their bag full of candy. They're going to get a little bit of bent, a little warped. And the only thing I had to say was, I understand from a collector's standpoint looking at these things and saying, that's such a waste that you're giving it to kids that aren't going to appreciate what it is. And at the same time, I'm saying, but these are part of a game, a playset, a piece that people are meant to play with and experience. I think it says a lot for someone taking something like this and using it as it was originally intended. So, again, as a collector, when I see a kid open a collectible piece and play with it, I have the side of me that says, man, that's an item that's just never going to be worth what it once was. But the other side of me says, that is an item fulfilling its very existence as was originally intended. So there's the two sides to it. And the worst thing that an item can do from that standpoint is sit in a warehouse unused and unappreciated on both sides of that scale.
Now you're feeling bad for inanimate objects? You really are too kind. Do you seriously want to save everything you see?
Speaking of which, let me bring up one of my favorite right hooks that a cartoon has ever done to a potential within their fan base. And I say a potential within their fan base because it wasn't an immediate jab to the people watching their show directly, but it is a jab to the kind of people who might watch their show as a way of don't be this guy kind of stance. Anybody remember the episode of the Powerpuff Girls where a guy who was so obsessed with collecting memorabilia and toys and the like that he ran out of things to collect and trapped the Powerpuff Girls? That is one of my favorite episodes of the Powerpuff Girls because it was such a big "don't be this guy" kind of slap in the face and was so effectively delivered. It wasn't spiteful to people who collect. It's spiteful to the people who make collection become their entire personality. Apparently in Tomiqua, people trick or treat a few days before Halloween. As someone who grew up in Philly where we trick or treat on Halloween, this is a foreign concept to me. Yeah, I've never heard of that being done as well. Hold on, where is... Alright, so yeah, that's out, and that is still, God, I've never heard that being a thing anywhere. Like, Halloween is its set holiday. I suppose maybe if Halloween falls on like a problem timeline within a community, there might be an agreement to change when the active date happens. But then again, that's still a singular day thing. That's wild to me. Yeah, I would not have expected that.
Calm down, Persilica. It's not possible to save everyone and everything.
You can try, Fuji.
Yes, but I...
At the very least, you can save people that are right in front of you.
We finally found you! It's time to crack down on evil! Justice!
Okay, we have Spice here. My brain is going into two avenues. Right now, I desperately want to see something of a Power Ranger group with these characters, because having the Sentai Rangers references in these games are some of my favorite continuing gags that they bring up in differing elements all over the place. We have Spice. A part of me wants this to be the team leader, and then for every other character to be a member of the Spice Girls, and to have that be the gag within a gag, and have it be the Spice Girls as Sentai Rangers would be fucking hilarious. Anyways, the other option is to still give me that and make it various other cooking elements at play.
Judgment Day has arrived.
Spice, sugar, okay, so we're getting there. But you understand where I was going, right? Like, tell me that's not the perfect gag waiting to happen. The Spice Girls as the Sentai Rangers.
Justice served.
Persilica, expect to see that word play a lot. Fair play to it. We're gonna get a bunch of recurring jokes. That's just one of the things that it does, and wordplay is one of their favorite things to build off of.
Surprise attack?
Please give me full-blown Sentai Ranger energy, though.
That smell. It's robot oil. Are you the robots we fought at the tournament? What are you doing here?
Are they? Oh, that was a thing! God, I forgot that.
Evil is evil every day. Gorgeous.
So it was Sugar and Spice. We're not getting my Sentai Ranger. We're getting the two-party thing. I forgot about these characters. Way to bring them back, though.
Don't move. You're all under arrest now.
I completely forgot about them.
You're supposed to say, and sugar. Finish all Barsley intros? Yeah, I got it. Spec Ops Angel, Spice, and Sugar are on the scene. Yeah.
Huh? A stupid Mecha Angel duel from the fighting tournament.
I wonder what they're gonna do to justify them making a reappearance as stronger enemies, though.
Additional charge! Sexual harassment! You're looking at the death penalty! Shogun Ieyasu!
Hold up, I missed it. Hold on! Oh, really? I mean, shut him down and just be on with it. That's a little harsh.
Just for that?
Now that you finally finished,
It's not like he
your
came up
stupid
and
intro,
slapped your ass or something.
Aside from Shogun Pervert, what did the rest of us do?
That woman Bear has committed Prinny abduction! That Prinny next to you is blatant proof! Justice!
You think I've abducted Peachon? This is all a misunderstanding.
Little do we know, Peachon's in the back there, like holding Prilica at gunpoint.
I am her secretary. I've not been abducted by Miss Pirilica.
He's been behind her, being here all along.
Back off, angels! We'll defeat you with justice, love, sincerity, and friendship!
We already had our power of friendship moment. Obviously, we're gonna be better at it than you. We even had the whole like element of turning one of the enemies against us, or that were against us, to be with us. There is no greater show of anime friendship-ism than that. Alright, nothing going on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Fuji here to throw my other fighters into the ring. And it's going to be a long-fought movement, but you know what? I think she's up for it. Let's see here. 63, and we're sitting at like, what, 30s? Not even.
Going.
Not bad.
That's another one that looks kind of cool.
I'm coming for you now.
Really? Nobody came in? Alright. Alright, let's see. Who's another character to throw into the mix? You know what? Let's throw Buffy out there. I was gonna throw Theodore, but he'd blow up. Kind of part of the problem with that. Alright, let's see how much abuse we can set this up to.
Help myself.
I'll take your cash and your life.
Are you really just not doing anything? Alright, so if I sit outside of your realm here, how does that change everything? And I mean, I guess I can just kind of push forward. They're not attacking me. I mean, one character's attacked me so far. And I'm fairly certain they would try to move in at some point. There we go. Again, this is another skill that you get access to really early on that is actually visually pretty decent. Alright, we got some Sonic the Hedgehog work going on.
I can't.
Alright, they're only just now able to even hit her.
What? You frightened?
Alright, so I think going here and doing the kitty wave will hit 2. Yep, there we go. Did she move back or did she... Oh, that's what it means. It's gonna just grow and grow and become a bigger issue. Fair enough. Although I think as far as an issue goes, I think I've solved my issue there. You could maybe sneak Theodore around the front just in case. What I'm gonna do is hopefully, never mind, it already ended. I didn't think that the attack was going to kill Sugar, and so what I was going to do was hopefully start building up my my rage meter or whatever, and I was gonna bring Theodore out and jumbofy him and start hitting some of the wider areas of enemies with a big AoE attack, but apparently that was unnecessary.
I never imagined my concern.
Right now, because I can't throw Theodore to get him farther into the field, what I'm thinking of doing is using him as my Jumbo-Fi and just having the Kaiju Prinny.
Sorry for jumping to conclusions, Meow. Spice will commit seppuku as an apology, so please forgive us, Meow.
Absolutely, if I wanted to take the long way with it, that would have been the way to go about it with him.
In accordance with Hinomoto tradition, I shall cut my stomach again!
Well, okay, slow your roll a little bit there, Spice. But the other thing, so when I said sugar earlier, I should have said Spice. Anyways, the other thing right now is I've noticed that although we have a huge level jump on the enemies, they are finally at the realm of numbers exist when they attack me. So if I run into a full field of them, they absolutely can finally start doing significant enough damage to be to stop me from walking straight in unopposed. So I need to play it a little safer going forward.
It may be a Hinomoto tradition, but harakiri is a no-no.
You guys really get on my nerves. What's your deal anyway?
The Hinomoto netherworlds are currently experiencing a dire shortage of pretties.
How the hell do you run short on printies?
These are very capable workers, Meow. A bunch of them have been kidnapped and are being sold at high prices, Meow.
Well, that brings a further question.
To this matter, Celeste, I mean, an organization asked us to conduct investigations to serve justice.
Okay, so obviously we've got the inside story there, but my question here is, printies, at least in some of the past games, are implied to be like the lowest tier within the underworld, and one way or another, you know, regardless of how you feel about it, are like the service level group. So building off of that, we literally have them being kidnapped and sold to others as... We are literally looking at this as the slave trade right now. And that is taking what was already aggravating to a dark place. There's an app that can get me Amazon credit for playing games. One game promises 200 credit for reaching level 1000. I'm at level 184 so far. I hope you're not being scammed, but at the same time, here's my thing about that. If in order to... Here's how I could see that being a real approach. And let me at least put this out as a possibility for the avenue. A lot of these app games make their money off of advertisements placed within their app. One way or the other, if it's a game, no matter what service it is, that's how a lot of them make their money when they sell it as a free application. Either that or they make their money off of in-app purchases in the form of like all of your major gacha games. So, if a app wants you to play long enough that you're making it to level 1000, my question is that long enough for them to make, let's say that they make off of you, a single player, making it that far, let's say they make $400 off of that. If they turn around and then say, hey, we made $400 off of you playing our game. In response to that, we're going to give you $200 back in an Amazon gift card or whatever. At the end of the day, they made their profit margin, and they're using this as a way to entice people to get in there and stick with it. Now, anytime someone makes it far enough along and eventually just stops playing and doesn't hit that level 1000, they don't get that money, and they take all the profit margin they would get off of their advertisements anyways. In theory, if that's hypothetically what they're doing, it's possible that they could be actually legit with what they're doing and still making their money definitely within that avenue stream. But, you know, there's a lot of questions there as to whether or not it's even legit, and I see there's a conversation back and forth on this, so I'm going to read these comments now. I hope you're not being scammed, Richie. I've gotten credit for playing games on this app so far, including this game, so I'm pretty sure it's not scamming me. Again, it's possible that this could be a thing that's going on. Now, I don't know about the legality of it because the internet market is such a confusing mess to deal with, and sometimes things happen skating under the law or even kind of pushing the realm of. I don't necessarily on the surface see a reason that this would be an issue in that way, but I'm not necessarily sold on the idea that maybe a lawyer looking to raise hell with this wouldn't be able to anyways. There's occasional pop-up ads between levels and sometimes in the middle of a level, and there's optional ads I pretty much have to use to help me get further in it. So there you go. Again, if they're making their money off of you in the sense of you as a player earning them more than $200 anyways, them giving you a kickback is a way to entice you to get to that threshold anyways, which if you're enjoying the game anyways, honestly, I personally don't see an issue with it. You're engaged in something that you see as being a fun, worthwhile endeavor for your time. They're able to turn that around into a profit margin, and at the same point, they're ensuring your continued support in that avenue by enticing you with the eventual drop that'll come back to you itself, to you yourself anyways. So honestly, if it is working out that way, I personally see that as a clever use of the market play for them.
Oh, you mean Celeste?
And as long as they make good on it, I don't see an issue with it.
No?
There's an app that I use that sometimes drops a couple of quarters, dollars even in rare instances, into a Google account balance that I can use on other games that I play. And all I have to do is answer questions that I know Google already has information on me over. They just simply send me a questionnaire, and it's like, hey, we've filled up a certain level of information about you. Are you willing to verify that this information is legit? We'll pay you for your verification. And here's the way I see it. If I verify it, it just means that I'm kind of fine-tuning their advertisement system to me anyways. They're gonna have it no matter what. The other thing is by not verifying it, I don't get my chunk of the pie, however tiny and insignificant it is. So at least I get something out of knowing the fact that they're gonna take my information anyways. The game tests my mind a bit. It's a color puzzle game, which I do enjoy these kinds of games, so I'd say it's a game I like playing. Again, fair enough. This is one of those instances where I think by using your system this way, as the system being the app in question, is a situation where you can generate a win-win for everyone involved. They make their money, you get a game to play, and by playing this game and engaging in the system as they have structured it, you're eventually going to get a bounce back yourself as well. You enjoy the game, they make their money, you make some money. I see nothing wrong here with the trade at play as delivered. My only concern, and you've already said that they've made good on it before, my only concern on that is, the legitimacy to their practice. You should put Theodore in a jumbification squad formation. It'll make him so much stronger. I should do that. You're absolutely right. Is it the Google Surveys app? I actually have that one downloaded myself. I think so. I think that's what it's called.
Well, it's obvious you're talking about Celestia, right?
I guess we did blow our covers with the name Spec Ops Angels, you know. In any case, you are clear of all charges. Apologies for causing you such...
Alright, I hear that we're cleared of all charges, but what if, clearly you guys were hired for this job. Hear me out. We take a piece of the pie, and we come in alongside you, because I'll be honest, there's a part of me that's going to be totally fine with busting a group of, essentially slave traders.
For any information, please contact us at your earliest convenience. Now then, we bid you farewell!
Look, I'm all about making my dollar. in many avenues, but slave trade, obvious not good. I've already said I'm not okay with scalpers. You can imagine where I'm going already. I'm good with burning down their facility. Let's find it.
Celestia is where the souls of the dead are kept under watch. They don't usually intervene in the netherworlds. So why are they sticking their nose into a Hinomoto issue? That's pretty damn suspicious.
It might be pretty justifiable based on what is actually happening
It's time to
here.
regroup and get back to looking for my demonic stack. It could be in that warehouse over. Wait, what?
We found the... One of them has hair! I realize it's probably odd for me to, like, point that out, but, like... Yeah, we found the printies. I'm now shocked that some printies have hair. I mean, we know that you can get printies with differing outfits, but I'm not sure under what pretenses all of them are supposed to be, like, canonically possible. Obviously, we have Peachon, that is his own unique printy, but we have this guy here running around with, like, a top-knot hairdo.
We have to hurry up and rescue the printies! Come on, everyone! Please help!
I want slaves to be free. They want slaves to be free. We're... Oh, man. I think... Okay, there's a comedian that does a lot of really good skits. I think they did one like this before, where they were comparing... two people's mindsets. I don't remember which one this one was. But yeah, the idea, I want slaves to be free, they want slaves to be free. We're not the same. Based on two very different interpretations of the terminology there.
Hiriko, wait. We can't rescue them.
There's another one that was comparing... Oh, man, what was it? White supremacists to like, the extreme left. And it was just like making various comparisons in those two avenues and the odd similarities in certain mindsets to it. I think I'm trying to remember what it was, but if you're familiar with some of the crazy takes, I'm just going to get one out of the way that's kind of obvious. There are some schools that have begun, I think colleges, have begun implementing spaces that are arguably interpreted as segregation locations. And so in this skit, the guy's like, so for my birthday, what'd this guy do? He went and brought back segregation. God, I love this guy. And it's like, God damn, it's some funny jokes.
Why not? You can't seriously be suggesting we leave them here.
I'd have to look up which comedian it is, but they do, and they throw punches at everyone.
Make it out. We're here for the founding weapon. Don't forget.
I have it! But those are only a means to an end. Our real objective is to save the Netherworlds. It goes against our whole mission to prioritize a weapon over those in need. I will never abandon them, ever!
Preach, Prilica. Also, Prilica is kind of absolutely in the, like, even Netherworld. Like, Fuji is, as I understand it, contracted to her. He doesn't really get a whole lot of say here.
Ah, you stubborn brickhead! Don't go off on your own! Hey! Persilica!
I see visions of a turbulent future. It appears the resale magistrate has noticed the commotion here.
Good! I want him to know that we're coming. I want to kick the door in and beat his ass. Their ass? We don't even know who they are yet.
Interest to make a quick escape.
Harilica got surrounded while you were busy explaining.
Being outnumbered really gets me pumped up to fight. The only thing we can do now is go wild. Huh, Fuji?
Again, I am like... Higan and I are like sharing the same last two brain cells sparking between each other. Was the comedian Bill Burr by chance? No, this is actually a YouTuber that does skits here. Let me see if I can find them. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm not finding the video in question here. Alright, let me give one more search and see if it comes up. Yeah, I don't see it coming up right now. I know it's a comedy skit, and I know it's a YouTube channel. Like they're not traditional media, and they're not a major name as far as like Bill Burr is a name everyone would recognize. Let me do one more here. I think this might get me close if it's gonna show up at all. It's an old video. It's got to be like 2-3 years old by now at least. And I'm disappointed that I can't find it because I would love to be able to share the channel name with you guys. But point being is, they definitely make some like hot takes that would piss people off if you are like based on political alignment. But I think the funny thing for me in the stance there is they throw punches at everyone anyways. So if one video is like, man, that bugs me because they're targeting somebody that I might have some sort of degree of agreement with, look up another video in a similar topic, because I guarantee you they took the other path as well and threw just as much heat. And honestly, I think that's a sign of a good comedian, that you can look at either side of something that would be as divisive as that, and basically say, yeah, but let's piss off everyone anyways. Oh, what are their names? Gumbo, Ramen, and Dylan.
Nice.
I get so much use out of that skill. It just lets me beat down so many enemies all at once. God, I really should get Ieyasu in here. He's falling so far behind. Is the channel called... Let me look this up.
I'll do my best.
No, it is not. However, that is somebody that I'm familiar with. Oh shoot, is this it? Hold up, I might have found it. Yeah, I think this is the guy. So the video title is When Wokes and Racists Actually Agree on Everything, and it's a 3-year-old video. Like I said, it was like 2 or 3 years old. He definitely has a lot of stuff dealing with the quote unquote woke topic, based on wherever you stand on with that. But he also throws a lot of shade at the right side of it as well. And I'll be honest, in my opinion, when he does so, it is definitely tasteful. So it's like, at least he's throwing haymakers where he needs to. Yeah, here's a funny take. Man solving Middle East by watching hours of snuff video on Twitter. But yeah, it's purely up to, you know, as with a lot of comedy, it's going to be largely up to interpretation. But some of these are pretty funny. People on the left and right keep saying South Park is owning the opposite side, and apparently South Park never tries to do that. The creators are just aiming to give people laughs, not be political. That's kind of where I'm saying. But it's going to be up to interpretation on what people say and see about it as a whole. And I think that's a good sign that you're doing comedy correctly when people are taking from it. Because, again, comedy's an art form, and people are going to take from it in whatever ways that they end up doing so. Nobody owns comedy, and nobody can tell you what is and isn't funny objectively. The best they can ever hope to do is tell you what is and isn't something that's quite ready to be made fun of yet. The example I would say, and I think South Park even made a joke about this, but the example I'd bring up, hold on, yeah, that'll work, is like when 9/11 happened, you don't make 9/11 jokes like the day after. And I think South Park has this whole thing about like you need to wait a certain amount of time before it's okay, and then suddenly it's magically okay. I saw this video back when I used TikTok. Thanks for helping me rediscover this. Yeah, the guy does a lot of good, funny jokes, and I asked earlier, did we ever get verification that she gets sexually aroused from explosions and things of the nature? I completely forgot that attack existed, and that 100% confirms that, Rigid, you were absolutely spot on. And I'm sorry I even thought to question it. Alright, let's throw... Yeah, I'll throw Prilica. Holy hot damn, she's got an arm on her! Told you. Look! I only stopped long enough to question if we actually had verification. I completely forgot the ability existed in the game, and absolutely we have hard verification. We have very hard verification. God, I'm terrible. Alright, let's see. I think actually if I throw him here, Theodore can get his own arm into the work. But then he can't get... Okay, at least that's a little bit farther on movement.
It's no use.
Going.
Alright, some magic at play here.
Piece of cake.
So Hegon can reach across here anyways. But anyways, as I was saying earlier about the whole, people thinking that South Park, getting political when they are or aren't, I think a part of that is going to be on the culture war endeavors, as it were. I talk about it because I do genuinely think there is a culture war at play, but I think it's something that is so nuanced that people get too wrapped up in side picking and don't look at the actual nuances at play within given topics on it. And I genuinely think that's where so much of the like ripping at each other's throats unnecessarily comes into it. Long story short, war's not pretty and culture wars are the same deal. The parts that aren't pretty just take differing you have to look at things from a different angle through a different lens to see some of it.
I think the guards are gone now.
And it's not it's never as simple as one side evil.
No, they're still here.
And I think that's as deeply political as I want to get on this, because now we're getting into the realm and avenue of things that I don't necessarily want to touch on this, unless I'm specifically making a video dedicated to it so that people can dislike or like and be angry in the comments all they want. Because otherwise, I'm bringing this into the escapism, and I want to avoid that any further. Hard, wet verification. Maybe even a little sticky. I haven't made any slimes in my party yet. I don't think sticky's the problem. But we are fighting in the rice fields, and I understand those to be quite wet. A very moist field indeed. A very moist field that has been plowed in its own way probably multiple times by now. You know what? I have seen what it's like walking through those rice fields. I've got to say, you're right. Sticky is still pretty applicable. So, yeah. Well-tilled fields indeed.
We've managed to save so many pennies. Not a single one was left behind.
I don't know how the field that we're fighting in is verification, but you know what? I'll take it.
That's a bunch, dude.
Don't thank me! You got it all wrong. If Piriko dies, I miss out on my 100 million hell bodyguard fee.
You're not good at hiding your embarrassment, Fuji. Let's show our gratitude, everybody. 1, 2, 3.
Make him bleed.
You're our savior, Fuji. Thanks, dude.
We don't need a reason to save others. According to my father, the Bushido way is to understand through the heart.
Who is this character's father, and why is the man spitting hot facts? Don't be that way. White rice turns brown. Don't. What the hell did my brain just read? Don't let that white rice turn brown. I guess keep it out of the mud? My brain just like, God, I'm like having a stroke or something. I'm just like, what sentence words are going on? Dyslexia in full swing right now.
Whatever. But
Fun fact, I actually do have shadow traits of dyslexia, and my brother is even more so. Despite that fact, my brother pushes through it and tries to do a lot of reading. We have an uncle that is completely, like, cannot read, can't even recognize letters.
1%. Almost impossible.
Well, maybe if you let me kill everyone, I'd get the job done.
So if you ever wonder, like, Ian, why does it sound like you're having big dumb brain trying to read words? It happens.
Look, there's no way for us to get it done exactly how you want it.
Just relax. We've got an illustrious shogun that can break this deadlock, right?
Huh? Are you talking about me?
Oh, I get it! If we have the demonic staff, its powers to force others into submission will let us escape without causing harm!
That is a clever workaround. Hold on. Am I officially too muscle-bound meathead to... Am I getting out-thought by a Disgaea game? Is this finally happening? Or am I just not paying enough attention and I'm just letting things happen? Because so far, the muscle-bound meathead approach has been working anyways.
I can, okay? The warehouse over there should be...
I haven't had to stop and think.
Hide! Someone's coming this way!
Oh, this stuff is heavy. I'm so hungry.
That warrior over there is exhausted. I suppose many of them are being forced to work this hard. Oh, I know! you from your grueling labor. In return, please help us.
Hold on. I'm putting two and two together here. Is this not only a slight at resellers, but also kind of generally basing off of the emblem in the background and the fact that we have a dedicated truck and warehouse? Is this also a slight at Amazon? Fuck yes! This game is throwing punches in all of the right ways, and I love it right now. The stupidity ninja can strike when you least expect it. I know from experience.
Huh? Verilka, what are you doing?
She's trying to bypass the problem entirely.
Liberate you. Please help us look for the demonic staff in this warehouse. Who volunteers?
But again, you have like the Z, the ZO letters from Amazon, clearly not being a direct reference. But the arrow swoop from the arrow smile, they're kind of incorporating that into their own logo here. Like, this is absolutely, again, it just hit me. Just as much a swipe at Amazon as well. Exactly, Amazon can go fuck itself. As much as I use the service, as much as it is convenient in other avenues, it has caused a lot of other issues in other areas, and we're not even talking about the warehouse employee side of things.
Leave us alone.
Why don't any of you care? I genuinely want to help you all.
Wait a minute, Verilka, if you keep yelling...
I hear the voices of little thieves coming from this room.
Unironically, that color palette is really, really cool looking on those moth creatures.
Wow. Look who finally showed up. So, you're the big boss man.
The arrow is also shaped like an end, spelling out Zahn. Again, the back half of that of the company in question. It's absolutely what it is. You know, I pointed it out and said it, and then it was like, yeah, of course it is. But it's one of those things where it's like, it existed in the background. I didn't focus on it. But I love it. We're like, resellers suck. Amazon sucks. Scalpers suck. This arc right here is probably my favorite they've done in total so far, like story-wise, probably my favorite they've done in either a long time or possibly even ever. This is throwing shade in so much great ways, and we're getting a couple of really good jokes along the way as well.
We gotta beat him bloody for all the otakus out there.
Those are some very rude accusations. I'm just catering to the demands of the market. It's almost philanthropy, in fact.
10 buyer.
Just whose needs are you catering to? You abducted Prinnies and created a need through labor shortages. You're scum.
God, yes.
Created a need? My stomach hurts from laughter. You commoners know nothing.
You're gonna come out and be like, no, the need was always there. Yes, but the market worked just fine. You created a short. In order to... You falsified something within the market to create a benefit for you.
Warriors! A special bonus for anyone who kills these wretched thieves.
That's where I see this going, and that's not... Again, that's not the way the markets are intended in theory to play out. That is people abusing a game system in a sense.
That's music to my empathy allergic ears. I'll do my worst and cut you down.
At least as I see it. And, you know, again, it's not a deeply thought out statement. It's just off the cuff, gut feeling reaction. Because that's all I've got to go off right now. Yeah, that'll reach him.
In the name of the Shosai!
Behold, my coat of armchairs.
Do you know who you're talking to?
I love that smell.
Fear the power of the coat of armchairs.
Okay.
Alright, we'll send her that way. I need one. Theodore, you're going out. We're not doing any throwing, so Theodore finally gets his chance to shine.
Let's go. What a loser.
So I'm not sure if they're gonna build it up as this 10 by or whatever his name was being the final villain of this area, but I really hope we get a Jeff Bezos cameo-esque character in this.
I'll do my best.
Again, the character likeness gag is something that this has played off of before.
Frightened?
Alright, Theodore, get in there. Oh, we have the pretty bomb. But we're gonna rock the pretty dance. Move them tail feathers. Alright, no one hiding back there, so we just gotta work our way around. Prillica with the bow. And I think that's actually pretty good use of the layout for that term. Turn. Yes!
I'll do my best. I'll do my best.
I got this, dude.
Alright, what is it going on here? Move minus... Oh, that sucks. Why would you have on a conveyor belt something making the conveyor belt technically run even slower? Alright, let's see that pretty bomb. And that'll be a pretty good run there. We'll get Higan pretty close. Have her take you out. And I actually think there's a strategy here I can employ. If I let C4 be the end shot, I think I can throw her pretty far with this character. Yes, okay. So if I throw her up here, and then I also throw next turn Fuji up here for another throw, and bring Higan up there as well, we can just throw and bypass, you know, get way distance closing up there, all without actually walking anything. I think Fuji is actually able to jump high enough, and I'll figure that out soon.
I'll do my best.
Alright, that's dealt with. So let me see if Fuji can jump up there on his own. Hard to say right now. So we're going to throw Fuji up here. And then throw Fuji again. And absolutely, we can just literally walk up there. No problem. So I didn't even need to bring Higan into that.
Return. When push comes to shove, dude.
Alright, I guess let's just walk right up there and take care of the boss. Turn around and slap him with our sword.
So much excess inventory.
Give me the Jeff Bezos reference.
The resale magistrate, everyone! You don't have to obey those evil resellers any longer!
Knowing Amazon, that conveyor belt probably doesn't see much use. Toiling wage slaves make it much better. Yeah? Yeah, I could see that. Why even have the conveyor belt is left over from whatever industry was here before. The reason it's a -1 on speed is they intentionally make it run slower so that they can justify having their grunts here physically carry the packages.
Has my heroism brought you to tears? I understand.
You! What have you done?
Huh?
weren't being forced to do anything. We lost our jobs as warriors. We were working in these warehouses to make ends meet.
Yeah, relatable. I've seen the kind of prices they justify their behavior off of.
We took away your jobs by getting rid of the resale market?
Exactly. How are we supposed to earn a living now?
Well, you don't have to be warriors, but you can also go into the manufacturing of these goods. Much more respectable career path.
It's okay. We will punish the demo door. You can become warriors again.
Again, in the meantime, there are other things you can do.
Opportunities for us to fight as warriors.
That's right. It'll be a return to the age of warriors.
What about after that?
After that?
Again,
The
there.
Demogorgon will be defeated and peace will be restored. But then what? How will we make a living?
Again, you're stopping too early. There are other avenues you can look into. You don't have to build off of scum money. That isn't the thing you have to do. This is the easy path, and the reason that it gets so tempting is because it is playing off of a usurping of the intended flow of the way things should be going. You wouldn't have to have this resale market with everything getting pumped up if the manufacturing would just make enough goods to satisfy the needs of the market.
How? Well,
How are we supposed to be warriors in a world without battles? If you haven't considered the consequences, then shut up!
I just...
I get how you feel, Mr. Warrior. I'd be sad too if Dad told me he didn't want or need me anymore.
That's creepy. That was really creepy.
Ow? What are you doing here?
Ow, can we break buildings again?
Don't talk to me like we're friends. Al's been listening this whole time, and I'm real mad. I just know that you're different than me. You've been showered with love. Maybe that's why you're such an airhead.
You know what? Fair criticism. I'm hearing it.
And the words of someone like you, they're shallow. They mean nothing to me. You guys feel the same, don't you?
Ow, calm down.
Yeah!
She's using the staff, isn't she?
The spirits of the warriors are slowly getting darker.
Or is it her own thing?
Get behind me, C4. These warriors are starting to lose their sanity. They'll begin to behave recklessly.
Ow! Where'd you learn that from?
Not telling. What? If you give me a big hug and say you love me, I might teach you.
That's
I
unsettling.
won't forgive the airhead, though. I'll beat her up real good on your behalf, since you're so nice, Dad.
You're right. What I said was short-sighted. I definitely am an airhead, but I just want to help everyone.
Again, Prilica, you operate your own industry that is apparently trying to actually do things halfway decent. You've also made a lot of money off of it in some avenues and approaches. How about offer them a job? Expand your business.
Get your head out of the clouds, Persilica.
But also, we're kind of dealing with Demon Baby here. Like, let's settle problem A first.
You don't have to be so serious. We know how short-sighted and stupid the things you say are. But you know what? Empty words stop being empty if you actually act on them. Don't waste time sulking. Just act.
Okay, now we're getting into an avenue I can get behind again,
I'll
Fuji.
cut you down. Remember, you owe me 120 million hell bodyguard fee.
Wait, you added 20 million!
Yeah, that's the fee for the pep
vibes are
talk.
Off, so I'm just gonna stay away for a bit.
No one's escaping. If Al Everyone's gotta be mad, then everyone's gotta know.
God, she is imbibing absolute toddler temper tantrum energy. If I'm mad, the whole world needs to know that I'm mad.
Oh no, I'm tanking! I just so happened to find it exactly where I landed. And it has to be. As long as I've got this, I can be a big shot shogun again. I just have to time my escape for mid-battle.
Defeat Ow? Okay, hold on. Where is Ow? Come on, game. Yo, those are some no-nonsense stats at play there. Also, are these teleporters? No? Okay, they can become teleporters. I'm gonna have to throw someone there. Alright, I will be right back. Sorry about that. Alright, I'm back. 1 second while I get everything set back up. Always a thing. Alright, hopefully this isn't too loud for you. There we go. Yeah, I did read the message as I was away, trying to make use of Ieyasu's staff. I assume, since he's picked it up, it's available now, and I don't have to wait for like the next session or anything. So let's just take a look real fast here. I don't... Yeah, I don't see it there, so we'll, It also doesn't show there, so I might have to wait for next session anyways. But even if not, you know, I really need to put some time into Ieyasu beefing up anyways. Alright, so, wait, what did that say? Viewers like you. And Enkidu. Alright, we're getting some Babylonian lore here.
Ready? Snort.
Alright, let's see if I put her out to the side here and strike this guy with... Oh, I literally can't with fire. Alright, that's too much damage. Alright, I need to bring some weaker characters in just to get a combo going so Ieyasu can get a better shot at ending the fight. Right. That's about 1/3 of the health gone. That ought to do the job completely. Alright, so that's how I can work that for Ieyasu's benefit. Let's get a couple characters we don't normally use out here anyways. Armor Piercer. I don't know that one. Alright. We'll take a look at it.
Let's study.
Diane's got a couple of fan favorites. Let's see here. I don't know Heartbind, so let's see if I can't get her close enough to make use of that on someone. Right, Lily's got a lot of speed, should be able to throw her just far enough. Alright, and from here, we'll try the Heartbind, see how that looks. Alright, we've got another gunner character that can take some shots out this way. We'll do that. Not very well. Oh, but that'll be hitting both of them.
Okay.
And let's see if we can double up on that exact skill. Oh. Okay. Let's see if I can double up on that exact skill wherever it is. No? I guess she doesn't have it. Well, I guess that gives me the deflect ray again. That'll at least deal with one of these enemies. Never mind. I thought it activated now. I'll give it a look. We've got another mission after this, I believe. Yo, that's kind of cool looking though.
Let's study. Here's a tree.
Oh, that actually took out both of them. All right.
Got 'em all.
Yeah, unironically, like the abilities I've got here are actually all looking pretty good. There have been a couple of attacks here and there that are a little bit less less amazing looking, but those are all pretty fun. Alright, so we're going to send Hegon this way because I think the red one's going to be the first one I activate, which means we'll try to get as many people down that teleporter as I can. Should send Fuji out that way as well. Oh, and they're all going to beef her up? God, that's unnecessary, but, you know, kind of clever. We're just like building demonic overlord Ow. Everyone up there is getting beefed. Damn. They're not pulling any punches with Ow up there. I was up there actually being like, yo, but what about competent leadership?
Work hard.
Alright, so, she's got so much speed, it's actually probably better to have other characters throw her and just use that speed to its full ability. Right, is that enough? Not quite. So how about now come up here, Monster Toss Lily. Yeah, that's plenty enough speed. Lift the Geo symbol, throw it on the red panel. Alright, yeah. Doesn't seem to be... Yeah, so on here we do have the Hell mode available, so we'll get it soon. Warp. Warp. And, let's see how I can... Oh, this is a fun thing. So if I move him here, he actually goes back in. And now if I pull him out, I believe... Oh, shoot, I forgot to bring Suizan into anything so far. Anyways, if I bring Ieyasu back out, he's got his full movement back. But on top of that, I can throw him from here, and he'll still have unmoved so far.
You leave me no choice. Don't die now.
So there we go. Just get right up in there. Party Night is a healed one, so I can't use that one here.
I'll help out, dude. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, the ability to send a character back into the platform and get a fresh new movement run out of that is something that I think is often forgotten about. Because you don't spend a lot of time by your portal, but in the item world, sometimes it actually plays out very well for you.
What? You frightened?
Alright, so they're up here now. Let's move off of it, but then throw Fuji. Because she's got an arm on her. She can throw Fuji quite a distance. Off of that, let's see if we can position ourselves to put down a lot of hurt with that Roaring Stampede skill. And my god, look at that. So, Ow is only level 33 to our 78 with our buffed up stats, reincarnated a couple of times. And she's still just taking so little damage objectively because of all of the boosting. Again, Ow came into here like, yo, let me show you what real leadership can do on one of these levels.
Nice!
I really hope she's more than just a spellcaster though, because a part of me wants to make her like one of the fist fighting characters. I don't know what class I'd have her like be under, but I just want to give her some fists and watch that child go punch everyone out of existence. I had to send Dad in to get some spankings though.
Listen to me, Al. Honestly,
Whoa! Hey! Don't interrupt me!
Give it up for now. Ow's already gone. We gotta get rid of these insects first.
Oh, did she like run off?
It's harder to take them out without hurting them too bad. Fuji, if you want to stop Ao's violent behavior, you can't half-ass this.
Never half-ass anything. If you're gonna go in, full ass all the way.
I'll settle it with her soon.
Be a man dedicated to the booty.
It looks like Ieyasu and Suisuke
In life and in action.
What? Don't tell me they ran off!
I couldn't convince the warriors. My friends abandoned me. Maybe I can't change Hinamoto after all.
Alright, Ieyasu, what do you got going on now?
Suisen? Are you following me?
Indeed. The probability that you would attempt to escape was 99%.
You think there was a 1% chance I wouldn't run?
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, he's just like, you would think for even a second I wouldn't take the opportunity?
He's our good friend.
Your good friend, huh? Ever since I lost the demonic staff, Shogun had treated me like shit.
And still we put up with you. Not only do we put up with you, I can relate a couple of times. I never saw that coming at
There
first.
really is a 1% chance. Hey, Suisen. If I choose not to run away, what are their chances of being saved?
100%.
I'd expect nothing less. Of course they'd be hopeless without me.
Is Suisen understanding friendship finally? Have we crossed that threshold?
Is that Ieyasu?
Looks like he got his demonic staff back. I like the look on his face. Reminds me of his dad.
What? What?
Hello, Ieyasu. No, I mean the best, evilest, greatest Shogun ever.
Ieyasu's back!
The confidence found! My boy!
All of the warriors are kneeling! Yeyasu's powers are combining with the demonic staff to emit a radiant light!
I'll create a warrior world where all of you will have a secure future. So shut your traps and join me.
We overrode what Ao did to them. Ieyasu's more...
Here we go, absolutely! Ieyasu finding his confidence and rising in the moment.
Reporting. The Shogunate facility in Resale World has been destroyed by Perillica and Company. They defeated Tenbuyer as well.
Yo, that's actually a really cool scene, though. Given a little bit of the unlimited blade work reality marble from Fate, if you know, you know. Kind of given a little bit of that vibe in just the endless like void space feel. But also just, you know, really cool with the flaming vortex. Can't go wrong with that.
Unfortunately, Tokugawa Tenge has been returned to Ieyasu's possession.
I see. That means they now have 5 of the 7 founding weapons.
Scientist
All
lady?
that remains is my demonic bow, Zenryo Yoichi, and the demonic fist, Zisho Mugai.
Demonic fist. Okay, I don't know like where that's going, but my immediate reaction is please give it to Ao. Let Ao have the big thunder punch or something. Give Ao big muscle move.
How interesting. Who would have thought that he would stand in my way now?
Is this Fate's design?
Cannon line. Prepare Kurofune.
Kurofune, the jumbo weapon? I suppose there's no room for mercy, even if my own child is among our enemies.
Wait.
Of course not. I have a grand ambition to free every demon in the entire universe.
Yo, the guy's looking pretty dapper, though. Hold up, dude's actually, like, shredded and looking pretty dope. Also, we say, the scientist lady saying that, their child is among them. The only mainline character that would fit, you know, the whole blonde hair thing, we know that she has an attachment to her father. We know nothing of her mother. We also know Fuji, has some familial ties at play with other characters, but also I think that is purely on the father's side. I don't think we've heard anything about a mother. Ieyasu is being the only other one at play that could fill that void that I'm thinking. My mind is going to either Ieyasu or Priscillica.
Meanwhile,
I'm sorry.
Fuji and the others remained unaware. Opener and his confidant Cannon Line, the demonic weapon magistrate, were secretly pulling the strings behind the curtain.
But this Opener dude actually looking pretty dope. The only thing I'd say is, you know, I'd deviate from the mustache and give him the full beard, commit all the way to it, but, you know, other than that, like, the guy's looking pretty sweet.
We're finally gonna have our showdown with Opener, huh? Bring it on.
We must be listed in the first section of the Battle Stock Exchange. Our battle to be...
My god, a part of my brain just unlocked. Okay, hear me out. Look at this screen. There used to be an old cartoon called SWAT Cats. I bring this up because I know Rigid's a big cartoon knowledge guy. I suspect he's probably going to have some familiarity with the show I'm referencing. There is a female cat lady in that show. Tell me something about the art style and pose here doesn't just be like punch you and make you think of that. It just like unlocked memories of that show that I haven't even thought of that in a long time. this one scene is just like, yo, you remember that?
What? The battle's about business?
Hello? About the loan. I understand, but please, is there any way? I'm begging you.
I don't like where this is going.
After being refused a loan, CEO Perillica's in a real bind.
Let me look up that character's name while this is going.
If our loan's been refused, then we'll take it by force. We'll take back what's ours.
That's just stealing.
Callie Briggs was her name. And yeah, definitely not exactly, but like, it's pretty close. It made me think of that so hard.
I hate emotions.
I think it would, yeah, I can see where you're going. The secretary lady from SWAT Cats. I get that vibe.
Hey! I didn't give you permission to turn me into a toy!
Next time on CEO
That was just like, man, where did that come from, though? That line of thinking in that. The Fuji Furby is nightmarish.
Take it back to the store.
Take it back out of, like, reality. Not just the store. That thing is terrifying. Alright, make sure we saved. Alright, after being reminded of a 90s cartoon, I don't know where they're gonna go from here.
From the Shogunate? Congratulations on collecting your 5th founding weapon. We hereby invite you to our secret lair in Garrow Hot Springs.
They're inviting us to Garrow Hot Springs?
Let our spring soak your stress away. Also, don't worry, this is definitely not a trap.
It definitely is a trap.
The suit gives off secretary vibes. Also, the whole Catgirl thing. Yeah, no, like I understand like where my brain is making the connection, but the fact that just Catgirl in suit reached deep in my brain and latched onto something that I didn't even know I remembered. And now it's just like, now I'm just flooded with memories of that cartoon. The green and black lizard guy, the fancy special like jet fighter that they had. God, I need to look up and see if I can find some episodes of that when I'm done with this, cause that is like, again, it's memories unlocked, and now it's like I gotta go. I gotta find. I gotta think. I gotta watch.
Okay. It says right here that they want to let it all hang out and discuss the naked truth.
Prillica, if somebody ever says to you that they just want to let it all hang out and discuss the naked truth, run.
Hang out?
Oh, God.
Wrong path and get to see some bazongas.
Ieyasu, did your imagination stop growing when you became a teenager?
I feel targeted, C4. Calm down.
They're also gonna serve zombie delicacies, like devilish eggs and dark dumplings. We've gotta go.
Dark dumplings, you say?
What?
That's it.
What are
Right
these?
now.
Obviously, they're going to be a sweet of some sort. Look, sometimes when you know it's a trap, the knowledge therein is all you need to be able to flip it on its ass. I'm just saying. They're offering food. They're offering in goodwill. Obviously, we'll make it some degree in before they spring the trap anyways. They're going to want to think that they've got us surrounded. And before we go, I don't know, we do some squats, do some push-ups, and, you know, get ourselves in the right headspace.
Come on, everybody, let's go. You know what they say, bake away while the bun shines.
Some of these go so far over my head.
That's... Make hay while the sun shines. What are you, a baker now?
Can we? I could really go for some fresh baked bread right about now.
Those shogunate goons just want to throw us a party.
A nice fresh roll, split in half, make a sandwich out of it. Damn.
But I'm sure that deep down inside they're all good people. Just look at this super nice PS note.
P.S. Don't worry. This really isn't a trap.
Cromulent regards, the 13 magistrates.
The probability of this being a trap is 100%.
Suisun, I hear you. I'm giving it more like, 99.9 repeating. I at least want to have a little bit of hope when I go in.
More like 1,000%.
Now, Fuji, that's just not possible. Calm down.
Come on! This is Garrow Hot Springs we're talking about. I've always wanted to have a soak, followed by a fruit milk drink.
See, we can accept the fact that it might be a trap and still abuse the opportunity for ourselves.
Oh, you really think crying about it will work? Okay, fine, we'll go. Happy now?
So it did work.
Really?
My, when it comes to Miss Perillica, you're quite a pushover. Very well, setting course for Garrow Hot Springs. I expect souvenirs.
Fuji, you gonna be okay?
Being okay is not the problem.
Yeah, I'll be fine. That was a long time ago.
Oh. Okay, we got something to go off of here.
Scream for Hot Springs! I'm so excited!
Episode 7. Welcome to Garrow Hot Springs.
1,000%. So 10 times more of a trap than you'd expect. Look, I'm just saying, I'm not sure if I need to worry about the scale to which the trapism can be an issue if I just, spend enough time pre-understanding the circumstances we're going in on. I'm just saying that, the positives aren't without their merit. I just noticed I'm the only one still here in chat. Yeah, it does go that way, eventually. Unfortunately, that's the way it goes. You go long enough, and either
Welcome
people
to the quest shop.
hop in, or people will slowly fade out, and it's kind of just the way it goes. But I actually managed to squeeze in today's session 2 full chapters out of here. And let's see what else we've got here, because I need to figure out how I can manage to pull these off. That's finding an item with a certain rarity, and I don't think I can buy one off of that, so I have to find one in the item world, maybe? And then that's something that I could probably manipulate into coming into being. With the item world, but even still, it's probably doable just buying something. You know what? Let me look at the shop first right now.
Welcome to the general store.
We've got new items here, anyways. What is the highest? It's not defense 300, but you know what? I just imagine this on a big old burly man. But I'm just saying, the irony of coming and looking at that as the highest armor item right now it's speaking to me, and it might say a lot about me, but I am a man of determination, if nothing else. Oh, anyways. Look, I say what you will, I'm weak-willed and I had to do it. Anyways, I think with that, I am gonna wrap it up here. I'm probably gonna do, again, a little bit of grinding in between and get some things going, but I have had, while I've been playing, and right now this is the 3rd time, my dog has been coming seeking some attention, so I've gotta go make sure she is well prepared. Rhea. Yeah, you can kind of hear her. She's getting all excited there. I assume you can hear her. So anyways, Rigid, thank you so much for sticking around through all of this. Definitely hope you have a great rest of your day. And I am hoping that I will be able to stream a little bit more recently, especially now that I have broken free from the hellish nightmare that is that end of the fiscal year session. So if I'm able to make it work, I'm hoping to get some streams going in the middle of the week at some point. Anyways, thank you everyone who did stop in today as well, and everybody that stops in to check the video afterwards. Hope you all have a great time. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye.